Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Twisted Teach, and we are back for some Fate of Nephalia. This is episode 29, and on the last episode of the Dungans and the Durgans, the last bit happened a bit too fast, and one of our players was half asleep, so we didn't get too much from them. But this week, everyone's back, full strength. They find themselves within the city of Tyr. After their discussion with the high priest of the city of Tyr, the adventurers were escorted back to the villa within the high priest's part of the city. They've been given their own mansion, kind of, to go fucking explore and kind of exist while within the city. And they've also been given guards whenever they go to certain parts of the city to ensure that nothing happens to them while they are here. They've also been instructed that any aid in discovering the individuals who are threatening the God King's ritual will be rewarded. The rewards to be determined. But the adventurers made their way back. A few have decided to kind of just settle in and relax, while a few others have wanted to go out and about and find information immediately. So, Garnet is looking to go to the library. Zap is looking to confront Ondario when he begins to rest. And Ish is doing Ish.
Ish do.
Ish? Blankets, probably.
To the ziggurat for blankets.
Haha, yes, perfect. Walk into the royal ziggurat and be like, "Aight, everybody. Blankets. Need them."
This is a holder. Put the blankets in the bag.
All your blankets in the bag or I will kill your children.
Hey, Ish wouldn't go that far.
I will
eat your
kill
baby.
you. I will eat your babies. I will kill your pets. And I'll start with mine.
Eat Simba.
I would never eat Simba.
Eats
So-
Rafiki.
Eats Rafiki. Damn it, is Ish just the Lion King?
I guess.
Oh.
Alright, so, what would you guys like to do?
Well, I'm going to the library. What the fuck you talking about?
Okay.
I was hoping to go to the arena, but they're closed.
I'm gonna wander the streets aimlessly.
Aimlessly. Alright.
What am I looking for?
Yeah, that's a great question. You are looking for any leads that might give you information regarding the threat against the God King's ritual in 3 days.
I'm gonna ask my escort guard where the bad part of town is.
The Warrens, where the low class live.
Take me there.
Understood. He's going to escort you to the Warren part of the city. A bunch of houses are kind of like pressed together in like tight winding streets. You could tell a bunch of people who are not well to do live here. The streets
Sounds
are
like home.
covered in refuse and the individuals look dirty and disheveled.
Is it all humans?
It is an entirely human. There is no other races within the city.
Wow, we found early St. John's.
So everybody in this party looks
Unionism.
really out of place.
Yes, extremely out of
Fuck.
place. You're getting stares every time you pass somebody. Ontario,
They're giving her full sets of stairs? Wow.
right?
It's because they know that I have trouble reaching things. So
Being
Hey.
so short.
I'm actually going to have you guys roll initiative so we can go through and do turns within the city as you guys kind of explore.
We're fighting the city?
Yes.
Yeah, I cast Fireball.
The city begins to fight back. It collapses.
It's like
I forgot to click myself.
Why'd you move me, huh?
Because you were heading to the arena, yeah?
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I was about to say, I love how Zap's just outside of the town.
He jumped over
Just
the
No,
wall.
I'm
hours ago.
following him
Alright, you're following Ondariel. Gotcha.
at a very good distance so he can't see me.
Alright, and then I'll let you guys go during the same turn. So, we're gonna start with Ondariel. Ondariel,
Mhm.
you grab a guard, and you find yourself escorted through the religious district of the city, underneath a giant kind of like arched pathway that leads into the Colosseum direct. The gate is open because there are no events going on, but you can tell that the gate does close during the events of the Colosseum. So, say they bring creatures in, they don't escape into the other parts of the city.
Okay. There's no one around, is there? Or
There are plenty of gladiators on the sand. They are
Training?
currently training. Some of them look like guards, and some of them look like trainers. A lot of the ones watching the people inside the pits have whips, but none of them are out.
are they all doing like the roughly about the same fighting style?
No, there are several different fighting styles within the arena. Some of them have nets and spears. Others have two-handed weapons, two one-hand weapons, shield and sword, shield and spear. A couple of them have bows. And you can even see a few individuals casting defensive magics.
See my, Anyone
Is
looks
it-
like they stand out from the rest?
There's a few individuals that do stand out. There's one medium geared gladiator without a helmet on, and he's got about 3 training dummies around him. And he is very vigorously training, and there's a few other gladiators watching him with keen interest.
I also look at the dude.
Okay.
You'll check him out.
Yeah, I'll inspect him and kind of shit.
Yeah, you're gonna make yourself look like a gladiator?
Potentially. I don't know.
He'll be like, "What is
Potentially.
this kid doing on the battlefield?"
Yeah, you can tell that the gladiator that's currently training and being watched stands a good few feet over other gladiators, and by a few feet I mean like a good 2 or 3 feet over like the 5-6
Pirate's
foot
life
tall.
for me.
Hey, let's go. Thank you for the continued plundering of booty. But he does stand a good 2-3 feet over the 5-6 foot other gladiators that are around, standing at 7 to 8 feet tall. He's far larger than the other gladiators are.
I asked the guard who the big guy is.
Yes, that is the king of the gladiator arena, Lord T'Chaka.
No,
You got me.
Rightfully on your side.
He's on his own side. He fights for the glory of the arena and the arena only.
Should we worry about him come the day?
What do you mean?
Do you think he can plot?
The guard's gonna look at you with no understanding.
I just make a mental note then of him.
Okay. Observant. You can see a lot of the gladiators kind of talking and assessing his fighting style, trying to find holes within it to be able to try to take him down.
I'm also listening into our friend talk.
Yep.
Rude. Pretty sure I still see you.
Yeah.
Do you see me through disguise and all that?
Considering the fact he recognizes your gladiator mask, if you're using it as part of your disguise as a gladiator, yes, he does recognize you.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Okay.
I was just gonna come here to study people and see who's
Fine.
different, if I'm playing different or fighting different.
Yep. Garnet,
Yes.
you find yourself escorted here. As the guards are walking you through, they're like, there's only one place within the city with a library that might have the information that you are looking for. You come from the elemental plane of fire. It is quite rare for us to get a guest, especially with these times. But the Scholars District should have what you are looking for.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. We will be here. There isn't too much of a threat here within the Scholars District, so if you need us, just shout. We should hear you.
Will do.
Right. When you get escorted to the library, it is a grandiose thing. I mean, it towers over the other buildings within the district. You can see a lot of scribes going back and forth carrying scrolls and books. And you can see, like, stacks of books and parchment and, like, writing utensils floating behind several of them as they move about their way within this part of the city. The library has two very large statues of what depict humanoid individuals with the heads of animals guarding. It's very Egyptian-esque here within the
Okay.
city.
Okay. So there is just like a normal door though into this library, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna start to walk in through the door.
As you walk in the door, you can feel the difference between the outside, which was warm, hot, almost to the point of uncomfortability, but not humid, more dry. But when you enter the library, it's cool. It's easier to breathe, and there's a calming atmosphere, a kind of relaxing aura that kind of falls over you upon entering the library.
Okay.
An elderly woman approaches. Ah, a new guest. Welcome to the Library of Tyr. You are not from around here, so I'm going to have to go over the rules with you. Come, over here to my desk, please. And she kind of like hobbles over to a standing kind of desk.
Yeah, I follow her over there.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
She's gonna pull out like a bookmark-looking thing, and she's going to pass it over to you. Here is your pass for the day. Any books that you choose
Thank
to
you.
read will be recorded on here, and any books you choose to check out will automatically be withdrawn from the library. You have 2 days in order to return the books when you are finished. Any damage to the books must be paid for up front when you return the books, and other than that, you are free to... Looks down at the pass again. Everything but the top floor. There are 3 floors within the library, and if you are found on the top floor, I don't know what will happen, but it will probably be very bad.
You'll be killed.
Uh, what is on the top floor, if you don't mind me asking, or am I not allowed to know?
The top floor contains magics. It also contains certain knowledge that only royalty or scholars are allowed to read. But anybody within the city is welcome here within the library.
Okay.
If you need anything, feel free to just whisper, and I will come walking. As fast as I can, of course. These legs don't carry me like they used to.
Thank you.
Of course. And she's gonna go back to her work. She just kind of like grabs a few books, places them on like a rudimentary like floating table, and like pushes them deeper into the library.
Uh, So what I'm looking for, I guess, on the first 2 floors is if there's been any kind of book about this ritual, like the history of this ritual. I know I can't know a lot of history, but if the history of the ritual can help to defend from attackers
Okay.
of how it's performed.
I'm gonna have you
And-
do a intelligence check, followed by an arcana check. And then we're gonna move on to Captain Ish while you do that.
While also looking, could I see about books of not great magic, but like common magic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
So-
go ahead and do your checks. Ish, you've been escorted to the edge of the Warrens. The guards are going to be like, "Are you absolutely positive about this?" The Warrens are not a place that many people go, and let alone outsiders and those that aren't from around here. You're not coming through your mic, love.
Wouldn't that be exactly the place you want to look then?
What are you looking for?
I'll know when I find it.
Understood. We will keep our distance, but we will be within shouting distance if you need us.
Great.
They're gonna nod their head, and they're just gonna kind of like begin moving about.
Like bodyguards.
Kind of, they're just gonna move out, spread out from around you, and kind of just look for anything that might be out of place. You can tell that the guards are extremely uncomfortable in this part of the city. And as you've approached, less and less guards have been like stationed throughout the city. And then you can tell that within the Warrens there are just no guards.
Huh. I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. So the second that you pass between the regular city and the Warrens, you can feel a drastic shift in atmosphere. You can sense that you pass through a magical barrier, and immediately the smell and the noise hits you. The Warrens are extremely loud for some reason, while the rest of the city's pretty peaceful for the most part. And the smell is different. It's not dry sand and dirt. It's more bodies. It smells lived in, unlike the rest of the city. It isn't absolutely disgusting, but you can tell that there's bits of rubble from buildings falling apart, damage. There's like dry blood pools from people fighting. And there's just like trash throughout the city, this part of the city.
It's just gonna take a really big whiff, and he's gonna be like, smells like home.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. On board of ship, it can get pretty rank.
Then he's gonna wander.
Okay.
Is there like a market area in the Warrens?
Go ahead and do a wisdom check for me.
Not a wisdom save, right? Just a check.
Yep, just a wisdom check. As you're wandering through the city, you just kind of wander up and down alleyways throughout the city, but you don't find anything merchant related. There's no stalls, there's no anything. You do see a couple like community bathhouses, but a lot of them have like signs posted above, and you can see that they're in a very disheveled state. You can't read anything. All of it is this in these strange markings, and as you begin to move around, you do recognize a few of the markings, which you had seen within the trial of the Three Kings.
Isle of the wagon.
Huh. Like the ones that we had to stand on to open the door?
Very similar. You can tell that they're etched. It's more like the runes that were on the walls that weren't the symbols that you were interacting with. It was the writing. It was a bunch of other carved words in another language, and you do recognize the like form of it. It's very straight edged.
Is there a lot of people around?
There are quite a few people. I mean, for the most part, they kind of keep their distance, seeing you enter their home area. They're like kind of like concerned as to why this lizard thing is walking through their community.
Can I ask somebody, preferably the nicest looking one, if they can help me read the runes and stuff?
As you begin to attempt to talk to them in common, they're going to shake their head and begin speaking the gibberish language that you don't understand.
That's annoying.
Parla anglais.
What about the guards?
So you motion for one of the guards to come up, and the guard is going to walk up and be like, yes.
Can I ask him to help me read?
I see. You cannot read our language. It is understandable coming from somewhere else. He's going to look up and be like, what would you like me to read?
What was the thing that I noticed?
The signs above the bathhouses within
Yeah,
the city.
yeah, that.
He's going to look up at the sign, and he's going to be like, closed due to health concerns.
Oh. Kind of health concerns.
More than likely, the priests have shut down the bathhouses because they have gotten disgusting and have started breeding disease rather than eliminating it within the warrens.
They're not clean.
The magics are not as maintained in this district. They have reacted violently to the few priests that have tried to come out and fix them, but we've stopped sending guards in order to distance the city from this part of the city. It is nothing we are proud of, but a necessary evil.
Okay.
Bro, this ain't E3. What the fuck? Fuck you. We're not watching E3 today. We're playing D&D.
We watched D3 today.
Nobody watched E3. Calm down.
I watched part of Xbox and all of Square Enix.
The only thing that matters was the announcement of the new Dark Souls game.
So no
You
Dark
mean
Cloud
Elden
3?
Ring?
Y'all just talked at the same time, yes.
Damn, no Dark Cloud 3. Sad.
But new Dark Souls.
Yeah.
So, Ish, we're going to move over to Ondariel. Ondariel,
Yeah.
we're still standing here watching the Gladiator Arena.
So, in the arena, is there like kind of like an underneath?
There is an underneath, but they're underneath the stands of the arena. There is no underneath to the sands itself.
Yeah, but it's like kind of the place where they keep the monsters and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way for me to get them there?
Oh yeah, they're all open. They don't have any beasts currently.
Yeah, I go like and check them out, make sure there's no like strange anything going on.
Okay. Go ahead and do a perception check for me.
Perception.
Okay. You and Zap, because Zap is following you around.
I'm still aware of him, I guess.
Yeah, he naturally sees it. You, on the other hand, only while looking will you be able to find this. You do see a strange group of individuals. Occasionally will dip into the cells underneath the stands and disappear and not come back out. And that kind of clicks with you when you head in. As you head in, you can tell that it's a rat maze underneath the stands here within the gladiatorial arenas.
Rat
Well,
maze?
as I'm
Yeah.
heading down, can I waste a spell slot?
Yeah.
Can I put a major image or major illusion on it, make it look like it's closed?
So you're gonna walk inside one of the areas and major image the entrance to make it look closed?
Yeah, so no one else follow, like, not Zap, but like someone else.
Yeah.
It's totally Zap.
Zap can follow me.
Gotcha.
Nope. Zap is tricked by the illusion.
So
Probably would happen.
No,
Actually, yeah,
you gotta make a major illusion of a wall and of another you walking in a different direction.
so are you leaving the guards behind?
Actually, I suppose with the guards, I really don't need to worry about that, huh?
Depends.
No, I won't ditch the guards. Yeah, I won't even bother doing nothing, yeah.
Okay. The guard's gonna be there and he's gonna be like, what are you doing?
I smell something notorious.
I see. Well, it is not my duty to go into the gladiator arena's personal quarters, so if you would investigate, if you need me, please call out for me. I'll be stationed here just in case.
Cool. Make sure no one suspicious comes down, I guess, if you can.
Notices suspicious green goblin.
He looks
Trying
around,
to sneakily follow
be
along.
like, "Understood. No one suspicious will follow you down." And as he says that, he like reaches over and releases a mechanism, and the fucking like gate falls down.
Oh, okay, yeah, that works. I look at the gate. It's like, wow, and then I walk down.
Wow.
So you begin to walk into the underneath of the stands, and you can tell that a bunch of different like pathways head off. You can tell that the area that you had entered was kind of just a staging area for gladiators. There's a bunch of benches, a bunch of training dummies, and a bunch of like weapon racks for miscellaneous tools. A lot of what's in there currently are wooden weapons, as the weapons won't be put there for steel to draw blood until there's an event happening. And then you can tell that several hallways lead deeper into the underneath.
Third floor.
Question: from my knowledge, would I know exactly what this area is and probably the pathways?
You wouldn't know the
Or not to go.
pathways. You wouldn't know the pathways, as this isn't a normal setup gladiator arena. Instead of the pits being underneath the sands in the center, the pits are off to the sides underneath giant stands. So there might be multiple levels up, there might be multiple levels down. There's just kind of
Gotcha.
a mixture of tunnels. But you are pretty familiar with the purposes of the pits.
Okay, well, if he goes somewhere he shouldn't go, I'll let him know.
No one else is down here, are they?
There's a few gladiators that are moving about down underneath because this is where they live. They have a few places to rest while in the pits.
I'm trying to think if I need to make myself look more human.
Quick soft, your horn.
Make yourself look like a gladiator, you'll be fine.
I mean, I can make myself look like one of the guards, I suppose, huh?
You need to get rid of the shit-eating grin that I'm assuming is on your face all the time.
Yeah, you're just like, oh man, this is so cool.
Correct. Actually, yeah, I probably will do that.
Great.
I'll cast a side self and make myself look like one of the guards
Okay,
that was following us around.
gotcha. So you shift into one of the guards, with one of your disguise self spells. Anything
my
else you'd
disguise
like to do?
Now you can go around. I'll think what I can do down here.
Hey, Garnet.
Yeet.
Whilst you are looking throughout the books, you can tell that there are a few current tomes, written relatively soon, like not long ago, relatively close to now, in regards to the ritual. It
Wait,
describes.
So he can read?
Yes, all of the books inside of the library shift the letters on the page to match a language that you can read.
Magic.
Magic.
Also, if truly need be,
Comprehend language, yeah.
languages. Yeah. Like, I don't mind burning a fuckload of spell slots for that. And even using sorcery points to keep reading. Also, what did we fight recently?
The dragon?
that was the last thing that you fought.
Okay, because for some reason I have, like, no sorcery points. Oh, no, I remember why that spell... Yeah, like, some of the stuff is just kind of, like, disappeared. Like, I know I understood I used one spell slot for comprehend languages when we landed, but then I'm like, why am I missing 2 second level, and why am I missing sorcery points?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. We'll be taking a long rest soon anyways.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
as you go through, the books do translate themselves, but occasionally you run into bits and pieces of the tomes that don't shift themselves from the current language. While you
Okay.
read one of them, it does kind of contain information that pertains to the ritual. It describes kind of like the process of which the city had gone through. It had stated after the great disaster, whatever that is, as it doesn't kind of give any information with that with the city's loss of connection to magic, they had been attempting to reach something again, and the ritual would be their way of doing it. They would access the disk of the sun, which is an artifact created by the most powerful mages and priests within the city, in order to channel extreme amounts of arcane and divine energy into the soul of an individual to be able to unlock something. But that is the gist of what you're able to get out of any books relating to the ritual. The rest of the books kind of are shrouded, and they don't kind of translate themselves as you look at them.
Okay. The book that talked about or the books that talked about that, before I leave, it's the ones that I want to take with me for the night, because I have 2 nights with them.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I have a few questions now for was it the head priest? I have it written down
It's
here.
the high priest.
High priest. Yeah. Few questions for him now about that. And was there anything about commonplace magic?
You do. You find a bunch of magics relating to agriculture, normal like minor magics for day-to-day life to aid an individual with their kind of day-to-day tasks.
Like
A bunch,
cleaning.
yeah, a bunch of like really minor magics. Things that you're taught at the beginning of learning magic, like kind of like mage hand, fucking unseen servant, shit like that. It's just really minor spells. And it kind of just describes them. There's no actual like wizard kind of tomes that kind of break down the magic itself.
Because everybody
okay.
just has it.
Yeah, most everybody just kind of has the knowledge for these spells here in the city, but it's also just one of those things that it seems as though any talk of higher magics is kind of like hidden away.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay.
good for me.
Gotcha. So you grab the few books that you want to continue reading and ask questions about, and you begin making your way back over to your villa. Ish, you still find yourself within the Warrens, and the guard's going to still be kind of like walking around with you, translating the few kind of like written words that are there, because you really haven't told him to stop. He's just translating whatever you look at for you,
Perfect.
which is
Horse,
everything. Yeah, what's up?
While I was in the library, could I also study the scroll, or should I do that in my own villa?
You can study the scroll within the library. But you
Wait, if
probably
it automatically translates, does that mean that it automatically translates the scroll?
it does not automatically translate the scroll, surprisingly. But you can tell while looking in the scroll, the written form is very, very similar to the written books that you're reading.
Okay.
Like maybe like 100 or so years of change of the way people write, the way people speak. The words have kind of shifted, and you can tell that this either belonged to the same civilization or post.
Something very close to it.
Very, very close to it. Yeah.
What
Or
about
maybe
pre?
not this generation.
It could have also been pre.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can tell that the information pertained within the scroll is written in the same language that you find yourself interacting with now.
Okay.
Ish, as your lizard brain latches onto everything you see,
Yeah.
you stop at every opportunity to try to read something, and the guards have kind of gotten in the habit of they first try to tell you what it is, but you kind of shut them up trying to read it yourself. And then you motion for them, and they kind of like get in the habit of wait for you to kind of like step away from it. They'll translate it for you. And a lot of it is kind of just like, it's telling you like street names for the most part. It's
How long would it take me to learn this language?
Probably a decent amount of time without a comprehensive like alphabet to kind of look at, and like a 1-to-1 ratio of understanding words, because a lot of like the words that are transcribed don't necessarily equal. With the use of comprehend languages and tongues, they're able to translate from their language to yours in spoken form only, because they have never seen your written form.
I'm convinced Ish can barely speak common anyway.
Hey.
Ish is fluent in common and can read and write.
Yes.
That
And
doesn't.
I know undercommon, which is like common, but different.
It's like common, but under.
It's an Arab?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The people in the underground speak Arabic.
People who
So,
don't watch the parades don't know what the fuck.
Right.
so I'm gonna ask the guards if they know if there's a marketplace in the Warrens.
The marketplace doesn't belong in the Warrens. They are in the merchant district, but it is very close to the Warrens. If the Warrens have their own market, it is unmonitored.
There's so it's a black market.
I don't understand black market. Is it different than a regular market?
It is illegal goods.
I see. There is none of that peddled within the city that we know of, but there is a possibility.
What is illegal in this city?
Higher tiered magic is illegal within the city. Any practices of magic above the fireball spell is to be monitored very closely by the priests. Most magics within the city are aiding magic, cleaning spells, servant spells.
Is
mage
it just
hand.
magic that's illegal then?
Not just magic. There are a few artifacts that, if they aren't gathered, could cause great amount of damage to the city. Relics from our past, those are to be gathered as well, and any illegal histories are to be gathered as well.
Illegal histories.
Yes. And that is
That's so-
that is the gist of what he's going to give you there.
What is so illegal about history?
He keeps his mouth shut. He's just looking at you, hoping for you to change the topic.
So, the Warrens, if there was anybody with illegal history, would have it.
If they have it, it must be confiscated immediately.
But if anybody was to have it, it'd probably be in the Warren.
It could be in the Scholar District as well. Could be in the Nobles District for a few that want to hold on to the lineage of their families. Things like that.
Like what families?
There are a few that were well off after the troubling times. They have managed to hold a position of power and a position of magic above the rest of the city. The only ones that would be above the nobles within the city are the priests and the God King himself.
Let's go to the Nobles District.
Understood. And they're going to begin escorting you over to one of the nobles districts on the far side to get away from the Warrens. They're just like, I don't even want to be near the goddamn Warrens, goddammit. Okay, so...
I expect them to still be translating everything, though.
Yes, they're still going to be translating as they go, kind of just like pointing out where they're entering. And you do pass the market district on the way, and they're going to point out and make sure that like, you understand where the market is as you pass by. Ondariel, We get
Yeah.
back to you as you move about. Your way is underneath the gladiator, like the stands of the pits. The pits. You're in the pits, damn it.
I'm in the pits.
You're in the pits.
Fucking
And
pit.
you move
You just can't
about,
tell me to press
and,
like that.
and there's a few gladiators kind of take note of you, but they're going to kind of ignore you and go about back their business. But about almost an hour into your travels within the pits, one of the gladiators is going to approach you. And why are you down here, guard? Sorry. The individual walks up to you, speaking a language you don't understand.
That did you?
No,
No comprende?
no habla español.
Actually, yeah.
He's just gonna be like, I don't understand.
I'm gonna be deaf.
I don't want to suggest him because I don't know if he'll have a high DC save. No, just make conflict.
Do it.
You only live once.
YOLO.
YOLO. Actually, I never did this for a while.
The last time you did, you commanded somebody to sleep for 8 hours.
I
Sleep.
forgot about that one.
You did it before you even had the fucking spell at that
Yeah.
point, too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna charm person him instead. But I'm gonna cast it at second level. Actually, that does nothing, does it? Yeah, that just allows me to do multiple. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range. It must make a wisdom saving throw, and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving
I am
throw, it's
not.
charmed by you until the spell ends or until you or your companions do anything harmful. Charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. Okay. Yeah, it's going to make a wisdom saving throw. He's going to fail.
My
can-
buddy, my pal.
He still doesn't understand.
Yeah, he still doesn't understand you, and he looks at you extremely concerned. Like, you've started speaking a fucking random language, and he doesn't understand why his friend is now, like, speaking
Yeah, but
fucking gibberish.
In his memories, he regards you as a family friend, and you've had multiple conversations.
He's just like, what the fuck are you saying?
Was specifically this guard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, what the fuck? He's like, come on, man, speak the right language. He's gonna attempt to speak with you again, saying a few words that you don't understand.
I'm gonna, like, put my hand on my head and, like, kind of rub my hair and be like,
Yeah, you remove your helmet, that's just an illusion. You rub your hair and you're like, you look really concerned at him, and he's gonna just like, he's gonna look concerned, but he's gonna walk over and he's gonna grab you and he's gonna like walk further into the pits.
Okay.
And he's
I put
gonna
my helmet
lead
back
you. He's gonna lead you to a room full of other gladiators.
He's gonna take you to the medic. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the gladiators doing?
They're all kind of just sitting around eating. They're in one of their chow halls.
Oh, okay.
He introduces you as the buddy he's been telling them about, and they just like, what?
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Hey, man, I found my long time ago friend that just hasn't been around for a hot minute." And everybody's just gonna kind of like greet you, but you could tell it's a greeting, but you don't understand it.
I kind of, like, nod and be like, the bro nod.
Bro nod.
Bro
Sup.
nod.
Sup. It's
Oh.
totally chill, guys.
We lost the guys.
We lost the Goss. Where the fucking did he go? Well.
Is the Goss still following you, though?
The Goss is still following him.
Do I still know he's following me?
Yes, you do still know that he's following you, and they're all gonna
I
kind
feel
of
like I feel like I should make him invisible.
Nah, he walks in and they kind of like look at a really short, like differently armored gladiator than they are, but they're gonna kind of just be like, They're gonna kind of shrug and they're gonna start talking, but you don't understand it. The dude's gonna bring you over to one of the tables and he's gonna like grab some chow for you and put it in front of you, and you recognize an age-old tradition,
Cool.
grits.
Grits.
I look less than enthusiastic, but I still eat it.
You're like, ah.
Oh, fuck.
I've been really eating better since I left the ships. I don't want this. Please don't feed me this. Starts crying as you start shoving spoonfuls of grits in your mouth. Just be like, I never wanted this again.
Just weeping into the
fucking
bowl,
was-
making it
see?
more soggy.
That
Yeah,
was good.
they're looking at you really concerned at this point. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
He's just having a mental breakdown. It's just an off day.
He's just like, God damn it. It's so good. Which is bad. But yeah, you can tell that unlike the grits you're used to, they are seasoned with cinnamon.
Just
to
cinnamon.
kinda- yeah, just cinnamon, and not a lot of it.
I was
either.
expecting.
And
I was expecting
tears.
a list there.
No,
Cinnamon and
with
tears.
cinnamon. Cinnamon is all that they're going to season this with.
I
You'd
feel
be
like that's their
lucky
salt
if you
pepper.
got cinnamon.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to get cinnamon with it.
I mean, cinnamon's alright.
I know,
Us-
but like, I mean,
So a couple guards sit down next to you, and you can tell that when they put their bowls down, it's full of a liquidy kind of like broth.
What's it look like?
It looks like stew,
I
kind of
want
like a
that.
heavy soup. You look at it, and the gladiator's gonna reach over and slap you on the shoulder and point towards the grit and say something you don't understand.
I'm gonna go to where he pointed.
Points at the
He
grits.
points at the grits.
Oh,
Shove
He
your
slaps
face
your
in
shoulder, points at the grits, and says something you don't understand, and you just kind of like smile at him and nod your head.
I smile, give a thumbs up, continue shoving grits down my mouth.
Yeah. He's gonna go and
What
he's gonna go
tears in your
over
eyes?
and grab another bowl of grits for himself when he walks back and starts shoving his face.
And then we all have a nice quiet meal.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna talk. He's just gonna kind of like nod his head there and kind of just hang out.
Okay, so I'm gonna shovel mine down. I'm gonna pat my stomach and be like, and then get up and leave.
He's gonna be a little worried as to what you're doing, and he's gonna hop up and follow you.
It's the charm guy.
Yeah.
Around the
I
corner and invisibility.
no. I'm just gonna be like, oh no. I'm gonna like kind of like put my hands at like and put my hand on one of my hands on my throat. Be like, and then I'm just gonna like assure him that everything's all right, and then like non-verbally assure him that everything's all right, and like point him to eat his food.
Go ahead and make a bluff check.
God damn.
What if he wakes up from this charm, okay, and he realizes you were the only friend he ever had in life, and he kind of misses you, even though you didn't exchange one word. Imagine how sad he would be.
He would think this one guard, so he can go be friends with the actual guard. Deception?
Yeah, deception or bluff.
Bluff's not a thing.
Deception.
Yeah, it's deception.
It's deception.
Bluff was a 3.5 thing.
It's just another word for it. Calm down. Deception. Yeah. He's gonna kind of like nod in acknowledgement. And he's gonna shrug and walk back over to his grits. Poor guy's just trying to be friendly now, and you're just like,
Like, don't worry about me, I'm just dying, okay? You go back to your grits.
make a perception roll.
Me?
Yeah.
That's not the right one. Sorry. Wrong Pete.
Persuasion. I see something. Yeah, you do see something, however. You notice an individual on the far side of the Chow Hall, dressed differently than the rest of the gladiators. Loose-fitting robes with his hood up over his head, looking directly at you. And when you kind of begin to glance
It's control,
over...
isn't it?
No, it's not. No.
Okay.
You notice the individual looking at you, and when you finally kind of like scan over and take notice, he kind of like turns around and walks deeper into the pits.
I follow
Welcome
him.
back, Goss. Yeah, you follow him. You having trouble, Goss? What's up? You follow him.
Yep.
And as you cross over, the guard who you just fucking was just like, and then you're gonna leave. You walk back through the chow hall to the opposite side, and you walk down one of the hallways. And he's gonna look really concerned at what the fuck you're doing, and he's gonna think you're lost, and he's gonna get up and follow you.
You know what? I have a friend. Okay, if it happens to me, he'll get involved now. So sure, he can follow.
Right.
What if this poor guy, like, you get, like, somebody tries to stab you, he jumps in the way, takes the stab wound, and you're just like, thanks, random stranger, and he's like, you're welcome, best friend.
Can't
And then and
So much best of friend.
Okay, so I
Breaks the
think the
illusion.
thing is messing with my internet connection somehow. I have no idea, but whatever.
Gotcha. Alright, so you're still in the pits. You've recognized somebody staring at you guys, and you guys are going to walk across the chow hall and into another tunnel that leads deeper in. As you do, the gladiator
fun.
who's been charmed gets up and follows, and you guys begin walking in.
like Gosmus, like the best roleplay we had in a while.
Right?
Bad.
Damn. I see how it is.
Good thing it's being recorded.
Right?
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitch and YouTube.
Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you begin to walk into the gladiator, the pits further in, you can tell that the cloaked individual makes sure that they kind of turn around, look at you, and then walk down another tunnel that you can obviously see.
He wants me to follow him, correct?
That's what it appears like.
I mean, I continue. He clearly recognized me somehow.
Maybe he just wants to corner a guard and slit its throat.
Well, then he forgets the other two people that are following me.
That's true. So, as you begin to follow and you head deeper and deeper into the pits, you pass by a bunch of open up rooms with a bunch of cots. And you can tell that the population, as you walk further in, is getting more and more sparse.
So he's leading us to an emptier spot.
Mm-hmm.
You can go another round.
You want to go to the next round?
Yeah.
Hey, Garnet, you've returned to the villa.
I'm guessing the high priest is still busy because he kind of just left and then we went on our own ways.
That depends. I mean, you can try to find out.
I'll wait a bit. I'm just going to study the scroll because I know I haven't done that today.
Go ahead and do your Arcana check with advantage.
Ooh,
However, it's not enough.
damn. Can I take the Arcana check that I made before the 22?
No. That Arcana check was finding information within the library.
But yeah, besides doing that, I'm gonna still trying. I guess I'll cast Comprehend Languages to see if I can figure out what the parts of the book are saying that I couldn't understand in the library.
As you do, and the spell kind of begins to decipher, immediately the spell reels back and backfires upon you, imploding in your mind. The spell backfires, dealing a total of, what's the spell's level?
First.
So first, you take a d10 point of damage.
Oh no.
You take 2 points of damage as the spell lapses back and dissolves before you. The same thing that had happened last time you attempted to read a couple of books with very similar writing had occurred.
Oh, it was the book in the gargoyles room
That is true.
that you
Yep.
still have.
Did I put that book in my?
You did. You did.
Oh. Can I pull that book out?
Yes, you can. You draw the book out from the Trial of the Three Kings, and you open it up.
The same book.
It's side by side, and you can tell that the bits that haven't auto-translated already are very, very similar. Just like your scroll was before, this is another kind of iteration of the same original language that you are currently looking at within the city.
Hey. It would take me months to understand this language while I'm here, wouldn't it?
If not longer.
If not.
The language itself almost seems to be kind of going against your ability to learn it. It's almost as though the language itself does not want to be learned.
And not even translated.
Yeah,
Well,
not even.
no.
Every time you attempt to translate it magically, it backfires on you. The spell collapses, and something causes your concentration to lapse, causing you to kind of like get a mana headache. It's kind of like the spell decides to go, nah, fam, not today.
No. I don't fuck with this kind of power, man. I don't fuck with this.
You're like,
I'll return later. So the guard that was escorting me, could I get him to read it to me?
The guard, you call the guard in, and he's like, yes, how can I help you?
I can't seem to understand, and I point out to. I'll put the book from my time back from the trial and point to the one that I got from here. I can't seem to understand these parts of the book. Would you be able to help me?
He picks up the book that you've pulled out from the library, and he opens it to the beginning of the book, and he kind of pages through it to what appears to be a section that doesn't translate. And he reads through it and goes, my apologies, but I am not allowed to translate this for you.
I pull out the book from the trial and ask him about this one. Is it the same kind of thing?
He pulls out the book and he does the same thing. He pages through a couple of pages and he begins to read. And he slams the book down and he like slams it down on the table. If you know what is best for you, you shall never pull that book out again.
Okay.
He's going to stand straighter, and he's going to say one more thing as he attempts to leave. He turns around and goes, if I was you, I would give that to the high priest, then I would forget you had ever seen that book. And he leaves the room.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll just wait a little bit longer before calling the high priest. So,
Okay. Ish. We return to you, making your way to the Nobles District. You pass through the Market District and into the Noble area, and immediately the style and the quality of the city changes drastically. When you arrive within the Nobles District, it is now cool, even while outside in the sunlight. It is not as dry as it is in other parts of the city, and it smells very lovely. There are lots of flora grown all around the bits and pieces of the streets that lead to the nobles' homes, as well as private villas that have their own kind of gardens.
Huh. So, like, what's the architecture like?
It's very adobe. It's built from the ground up. You can tell that there's wood underneath what appears to be kind of like a mud / kind of like stone underlie in the warrens.
So it's all like open, no windows.
No windows. Some of the buildings are completely closed off as though there's no entrances in, which it kind of looks extremely odd. There's a lot of arches and a lot of domes made out of certain metals on some of the buildings that kind of like shine and give off kind of like different patterns and colors, as well as murals painted constantly. And a lot of the murals you pass by are all kind of like animated, like magic is. It's like the Harry Potter picture. Everything's kind of like animated magically.
Can I climb in one of the windows?
As you attempt,
Okay.
where would you like to do that? The Nobles District?
Yes.
So as you attempt to kind of go towards one of the buildings, the guards are going to stop you and be like, these are private homes, and without permission, I do not recommend entering.
Can we get permission?
Which building would you like to attempt to enter? And I can contact the owner.
How long would that take?
It depends on whether they answer the request. It could take a couple of minutes, it could take a couple of days. Now, mind you, unless you have pressing concerns inside, I can press the matter, but without a good enough reason, I would suggest not.
Um, where do you suggest I go then?
What is it that you are looking for?
I forgot again.
Ah, I see. Well, if you have forgotten, I would recommend speaking with your friends or the High Priest again. I can get a hold of the High Priest if you need. You're not coming through your mic, love.
Do I need the high priest?
That is up to you. It would be best to possibly talk to your friends that you came to the city with.
Yeah.
Would you like me to escort you to the market district since you are looking for it?
Okay.
He escorts you back to the market district. And when you arrive, you notice a bunch of, the same kind of adobe-style buildings, but these ones have doors, unlike the other buildings within the city.
Wait, none of the buildings have doors?
None of the ones in the Nobles district had doors.
What about in the Warrens?
The Warrens, a few had doors here and there.
How do people get in their houses?
It's a great question.
Magic.
I'm gonna ask the guard.
There are magical runes that can take one from one part of the city to the other, or from outside to inside of one's building.
Can I use them?
You can, if you wish to move around the city faster.
So I am magically capable enough to use it?
It depends on if you know the magic itself and the spell necessary to activate the runes. Though we have been told to escort you and to assist you, I did not think that you had the ability to do such, but if you do, that is my mistake.
I don't know if I do.
He's going to lead you over to another part of the market district, and what appears to be a bunch of stalls that look like kind of like shower areas, except there's no faucet to kind of distribute water. Instead, there's just a rune on the ground at the bottom of the stall that's open. And you can tell that there's two sets of them. There's a set of 5 on one side and a set of 5 on the other. And a group of individuals are walking out occasionally from the ones on the right, and people are walking into the ones on the left. And he's going to motion for you. Here, these will take you to any part of the city that you have access to.
Can I try?
Yeah, you walk up, and your snake kind of gets into the stall with you as you step on the rune, and you can feel kind of a buzz, kind of electricity kind of passing through you, kind of like a pressure that's kind of building up. And he's just going to stand there waiting.
How do I use it?
You must have access to the spell necessary to activate it. How skilled are you at magic?
I am. I can cast a couple spells.
I see. He's going to come over and he's going to begin drawing things in the sand for you. Very complex kind of pattern. And he's going to begin describing it. And you can tell that you don't have the necessary skills to follow along with the magic that he's describing to you.
Does my snake?
Your snake does not, no.
Come on, please let my snake be a master wizard or something.
No, you don't have access to arcane magic, which is what you would be able to learn.
Sad.
Sadly, your divine magic only goes so far.
Not divine, it's nature, isn't it?
It falls under the divine category. Divine is anything natural magic, while arcane is kind of spiritual magic. Kind of like the magic of the aether, mana.
So, are there pet stores here?
Like your snake?
Yes.
We have mounts for the guards and We have the caravan beasts for the merchants. That is pet?
No.
Then no.
I hold up Simba.
Hmm. You keep
Pet.
you just keep wild animals.
Not wild.
He's gonna look at you concerned and be like, then what is it?
Animal.
Animal. But
Not what?
he's gonna look really concerned for a second and be like, what is purpose?
Simba has yet to discover his purpose in life.
So it is like a child.
Yes, Simba is my baby.
Looks at you, looks at Simba, looks back at you.
Can notice resemblance.
I see. I must look into this further. Is there anything else you would like to do?
You have magic items here.
The magic is very limited to day-to-day life. There are a few items that you can procure within the city. Is there anything you are interested in?
Where you
Let's see. The curios would be the best place to check. He's going to begin walking down the street, waiting for you to follow as he looks back a couple times and he motions for you.
Yes. I'll put Simba back in my backpack.
Gotcha. He's going to lead you down to what appears to be like a kind of like a rectangular building that kind of looks like a warehouse of sorts. And he's going to enter the building with you. And we're going to pause there and get back to Ondariel and Zap, who are currently walking through the pits. And the investigation check that Zap did. Zap, your investigation check finds that it's artificially strange. You can tell looking into the rooms that they would normally have occupants within them. And you know that gladiators kind of keep relatively normal work schedules. They practice during the day hours, and when it starts getting towards the evening, they have their down hours, which they can return, sleep, relax, do whatever they need to do if they live within the pits. And you could assume that it's pretty similar to what they have in your time to here. But you notice that it's artificially quiet. And it gets cooler and kind of more dank as you go further into the pits.
There's weed?
Yeah, dank. Some dank shit.
Yeah,
God.
man.
Shit, it must be 4:30 or 4:20 then.
Right.
4:30.
No,
4:30.
didn't make it there.
4:30, blaze it. Jackass. Alright, so Zap, that's what you discover. And you also know that you're being followed by the gladiator who's been charmed by your wonderful Ondariel here.
Oh, who also looks like a guard now, still. I
Interesting.
I refreshed the sky self, I guess, too, because I guess it's been more than an hour.
Yeah, it's approaching. Actually, no. It's been less than an hour. You've spent about 45 minutes. You got about 15 minutes left of this guy.
I still have 2 first level spell slots then, so I can do it to this for 2 more hours or recharm him if need be.
You finally get down to a tunnel that's pretty straight shot. There's no rooms on the sides, but at the end there seems to be a large room. There's no door. It's big enough to hold 2 doors in order to close. There are no doors, and the individual walks into the room and kind of like turns, kind of like being blocked.
Expectingly?
Yeah. He kind of like, he knows you're following at this point. And he's going to kind of walk into that final room at the end.
Okay,
Like,
so can I look down at Zap and be like, hey, you're going to cover me, right?
Oh, for sure. I always cover thieves.
Damn.
Damn.
Noted. Okay. I walk in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't no thief. I stole what's mine.
All right, so you walk into the room, and you can notice a few cloaked individuals standing in a circle in the middle of the room. And the individual is going to stand there, looking at you. As he pulls back his hood, you can tell the man's kind of shaved, clean shaven on the top of his head. He's got a bunch of tattoos that kind of go down like his skull, down the back of his head, and kind of like wrap around, kind of making him look very sinister.
Wait, so, are you expecting to have a conversation with him? Because chances are you won't be able to understand him.
And exactly
You
then,
know-
he begins to speak in a language you don't understand.
Bibbity boppity.
Get off my
Just-
property?
Bibbidi bobbidi, get off my property.
Gestures parlo no anglais.
Like,
He's going to sigh, and he's going to cast a spell. And then he's going to speak again. This time, he's going to be speaking your language as he begins to speak, as the magic does auto-translation for him. Outsiders brought to the city.
No, I am a humble guard.
Your illusions fool nobody.
I mean, fooled this guy.
points to Gladiator.
Gladiator's like, sup, man? The man.
Oh shit, he can understand me now.
Sup, man? It's just like totally red. Nah, I fooled this guy. The dude's gonna look at you concerned as like he doesn't understand what you're speaking. The individual who is standing before you goes, yes, but he's even dumber than a child is. Even the simplest of children can understand the magic that you use to disguise yourself. And a charm that is very beneath somebody. Especially with the magical power that I can feel within you.
I'm just a humble musician. Who knows
You
some
are
party
looking
tricks.
for something, and I recommend you
Correct.
stop.
Why?
We will
Why?
ascend again, and there is nothing the God King can do about it. You are
But the guy
searching in
thinks he's a
vain.
good guy.
You are not from here. You do not understand our ways, nor will you understand why we are doing this. You will leave, and you should leave now if you know what is best for you. This is a warning.
I mean, so you're trying to usurp the God King
A God
without.
King. He is nothing but a boy. A boy with potential, says the priests.
So you lack faith in him.
There is no faith in one who has brought us so low.
Have you been to his courtroom?
I've spent many a days listening to the prattle of a boy.
The thing is, I can get close to him.
You can do nothing. It has already been put in place, and there is nothing you can do to stop us. You only search futilely against something you don't even understand. You're not from here, and I recommend you leave.
So who are you guys?
We are the people. We will do what is necessary to erase what has been done to us.
And when's your plan to take place?
You already know, or you wouldn't be asking.
Fair enough.
This is your
Alright, yeah.
only warning. You will leave the city, or you will die.
All right, fine. I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll leave.
And I do not recommend coming back to the pits. Your friend there's not going to be too keen on being charmed.
It's fine.
I mean, he won't know who did it.
Exactly.
He waves his hand, dispelling your illusion.
No.
I recommend you do not return.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. He's
Yeah,
going to draw
okay.
his hood back up, and he's going to join the circle.
Can I take a quick look at the circle as I dip out?
Yeah.
Any a signal or at
You recognize
insignias?
you can recognize the symbols as arcane magic, but you're not going to be able to memorize it in the time that you have looking at it. However,
Negative back.
Zap
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Zap, the bits and pieces that you can see that aren't blocked by the individuals, you do memorize.
Yeah.
And the gladiator's going to look really concerned, and he's going to, like, talk to you, smacking your chest in the friendly way, like, what the fuck's up, dude?
I'm just gonna squeeze his bicep and start running.
Like at the same time, like
Correct.
you're dragging him along.
Drag him
here.
along.
No. Squeeze it and run. Like cut a cope of field and run.
Cop.
Top of feel and then run. He's gonna look really concerned as he's gonna kind of like begin jogging slowly after you.
I'm just gonna wave at him and continue like pick up the pace.
Gotcha.
Catch
Oh,
me,
I'm gonna head back to the high
king.
priest and report what I found.
Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yeah.
Because I caught the field and I'm gonna get distracted by his sick abs.
Yeah, I need a wisdom check, not a wisdom saving throw. Sorry, you need a wisdom.
Oh.
You need a wisdom check.
Check.
Yeah, check. Wisdom check.
Wow.
What did I get looked out?
You are completely fucking lost within the maze under the fucking in the pits.
Perfect.
You have no fucking idea where you're at.
You're just running in like a seemingly random direction, and your friend buddy's just like, "Hey, where are you going?"
Yeah, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Zap, what are you doing this entire time? Are you gonna follow him? What are you doing?
No, I'm going to take the path back that I was actually originally took.
Yeah, you find it with no issues, and you make your way out
Are
relatively
you just leaving
easily.
me down here?
Yes, he is. Yeah, you find your way out with no issues at all. Like, you know the exact path needed to get back to the chow hall, and then thusly back to the guard.
like it's laughably easy.
Laughably easy. Like, he doesn't even try. He's just like, it was a left turn, right turn, right turn, left turn, left turn, right turn, right turn, right turn, right turn, left turn, and he's back.
I don't notice Zap leaving, do I?
No, you don't.
You're too busy sprinting.
Yeah,
in the other
you're
direction.
currently being chased by your friend in the pits.
Yeah, thinking about the field that you caught.
You're just like,
So-
hey.
Okay,
Caveat to
so
all this, while I'm doing this, while I'm actually like tracing my path, I'm choreographing it. Like, I'm not choreographing it. What's it? Writing it down.
Mhm.
And then once I get to the guard, I give it to him and I tell him literally everything that just happened.
He's going to look concerned, but he's going to nod his head. His eyes are going to glow as he looks up, and then he opens the gate for you just enough for you to crawl out, and he's going to instruct you are to leave here. Thank you for warning us. We will look into the individuals that you had met at the back of the pits. We will also look for your friend. I assume that he is still lost within the pits.
I'll go find him. Go back.
I understood. He closes the gate again. I am awaiting for backup at this time. We do not want to approach these individuals in case they have magic.
magic.
They
Who
might
would
be
have
watching.
magic?
Legal magic. He's going to take note and be like, I am unable to assist you if you return into the pits.
Sounds like
understand.
NPC.
Because he's an NPC, Jenny.
I know, but you're just like, I am unable to assist you.
I am
You there, check for that noise.
Dude's dying in front of him. I am unable to assist you. I repeat, I am
his corpse.
unable to assist you.
Bring his corpse a little farther into the NPC dialogue box.
Yeah, you gotta be within a certain amount of feet of him before he activates and goes, "You've committed crimes against Skyrim and her people!"
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. Arrow in his face. Huh! That tickled. Alright, so...
What was that noise?
What was that noise? So you leave back into the pits as you begin to make your way back. Ondario, you find yourself at a dead end into several like private areas of gladiators, and a few of them are kind of just like wondering, like, you just ran here. You're somebody we obviously don't recognize, but you're obviously being escorted by a gladiator as your friend casually catches up to you, and he's kind of like not even breathing heavy. As you kind of like just ran at full sprint, he just kind of like casually catched up and is looking at you. Okay.
So I'm just gonna look at the dude I charmed and then start pointing up towards the surface.
He kind of nods, and he's gonna motion for you to follow.
He's not taking you out. He's just taking you to the higher level.
Yeah, you're like up, and he's like, he's gonna walk down a couple of tunnels, and he's gonna lead you to a set of stairs that head up.
Okay, I'm gonna just keep doing that till I get to the top.
It actually takes you directly to the stands.
Okay.
So you find yourself on top of the stands, and you're not very far from the sands itself.
Okay. Is my guard there?
Your guard's not there. You were on top of you'd have to head down to the sands and then over to your area.
Oh, okay. Like I'm on physically top of the stairs.
You're
okay.
on top of the stairs. The seats, outside in the sun.
I'm out then. That's close enough.
He's gonna kind of speak in his gibberish language that you don't understand, and he's gonna look at you questioningly.
Poor guy.
I'm gonna hug him
Mm-hmm.
and then turn invisible.
He's just gonna look there confused as fuck. And he's gonna rub his eyes like he's fucking seeing shit or something. Cause not only this, okay, right? The guard walked into the pits. He goes, "What the fuck is this guard doing down here?" He waves his hand and he's like, "Oh shit, dude, this is my friend. This is my guy." And then he follows him, or he leads him to the chow hall, gives him some food, and hangs out for a minute before his friend goes choking and is like, "No, I'm good." And he leaves. Then he comes back into the chow hall and across, following some dude deeper into the pits. And he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" So he follows you all the way through to a bunch of like robed individuals in the deep back end of it. And he's just gonna look
Like, my friend's part of a cult.
Yeah, he's like, "My friend's, what the fuck is he doing here?" But he could tell that there's tension. He's like, "Okay, these guys don't get along. What the fuck are these guys doing in my pits? And what the fuck is my friend doing?" And then a hand gets waved and the illusion disappears. He's no longer the same dude that charmed him, but it's this like half demon fucker, and he's just like, "Why did you have to use a spell to hide yourself from me, man? I know better." And he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then he just like grabs his arm and then bolts down into the pits, and he's just like, "Oh, what the fuck is he doing? Did they say something? What the hell's happening?" And then he just follows him into a dead end, and then he points up, like he wants to go up. And so he like escorts this idiot to a set of stairs up to the stands, and then the dude goes, hugs him, and then turns invisible, like disappears before his eyes, and he's just like, "What the fuck?"
I think I did max psychological damage to this one guy.
This guy just doesn't understand. Alright, so Garnet and Ish. The guards enter your guys' area as you're entering the warehouse like store. And Garnet, the guard, walks in as you're still looking at the books, and they're going to get your attention and be like, "We have word that your friends have encountered a few robed individuals under the pits of the Gladiators Arena, and they are calling for your aid. We are to head there immediately."
Gondor calls for aid.
Gondor calls for aid. The beacons are lit. You see a bunch of beacons around the city, like, light up. Pew!
Now all of China knows we're here.
Damn. All of China knows you're here. But that's what they're gonna say, and they're gonna be like, "Follow me."
Just when I was getting to the good part, throw the books in the bag and go on.
So Ish
Throw some books in the trash.
throws them away. I don't need them anymore. Get them out of my face. Ish, are you gonna follow?
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys follow over to one of the teleportation runes, and boop, you find yourself teleported to the edge of the Gladiators Arena.
We can't teleport?
You can teleport, yeah. Yeah, you just need the guards to do it for you. So, you guys get teleported to the edge of the arena, close to where you guys are needing to go. You guys find a part of the pits with a closed-off gate. It's lifted up by the guards, and another guard sits behind it. Ondariel has returned here, but Zap is currently in the pits, hunting down Ondariel, who is out of the pits now.
Yep.
I didn't think of that.
When you guys arrive, Ondariel's currently here. Ondariel's been informed that Zap is headed back into the pits looking for him. However, you've already found your way out. And when your allies arrive, the guard's going to tell you, you've been summoned by your friend, the miniature gladiator. And he has stated that there is a bunch of cultists, if the term is correct, deep within the pits that have knowledge of the events that are supposed to transpire. You have been called to aid him, and we recommend following these instructions. He passes you a piece of paper. We're going to begin making sure that this area is closed off and no one escapes. The only exits out of the pits are through the arena itself. We have enough guards to block off all entrances, but if you can, head deeper in and try to deal with this threat.
What about the innocents?
What innocents? Burn them all!
If a fight starts, gladiators will try to break it apart, but they know better than to interfere.
Is there any way to make us, more guardly so they won't interfere with us?
Yes, his eyes begin to glow as he looks up. No, so his eyes begin to glow, he looks up, and he, holds his hand at the bottom of his throat, and his voice begins to echo around the gladiator arena and into the pits, and it starts speaking the gibberish language that you do not understand. After a couple of times of repeating a few sentences, the guard eyes stop glowing, and he goes, "That has been taken care of. They know you are coming now, but the gladiators should not interfere with you."
Well, that just spooked the cultists now.
I mean, they knew that we were coming for them anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
Do not worry. If they try to escape, we will be here. All teleportation has been blocked in this area, and they will not be leaving via magic.
I mean,
Including
unless they
ours?
have a secret tunnel through the mountain.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
It is a possibility that we have to account for. However, more than likely, they will be lazy like the rest of the citizens of the city, and will use the magic to travel around. However, this is why we are sending you in. Grab your friend. If you are confronted, deal with them. Deadly force is authorized.
Grab my friends, you say?
Yes.
Bravo 6 going dark.
Bravo 6 going dark.
6.
We're gonna deep six these fuckers. Alright, so you guys are gonna begin heading back into the pits. Stealth?
Yep.
Oh boy. Zap.
Here, I'll stealth too.
You hear the calling. It's in the gibberish language you don't understand. But as it begins to, pass your eardrums, a weird, strange distortion effect is going to happen around you. And you're going to hear the words reverberating. And as it does, it begins to kind of shift into common. And it tells, and it sounds like the guard you'd just been talking to. "Attention, gladiators of the pits. The gladiator arena and the pits have been closed down. A threat has been detected within the pits. A special team is entering. You are not to interfere with their actions. If you attempt to leave, you will be stopped and questioned by the guards at all exit points of the gladiators arena. Please comply, and we will inform you when everything is all right." And it repeats a couple of times.
So he's just a fucking, what are they called? Flight attendant.
Yep. Please keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times.
That's not a flight attendant.
Please keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times.
Inside the plane at all times, come on.
Inside the ride at all times.
Okay, well,
He's
I'm
not
keep on
wrong.
going down the path.
Alright, you continue heading down the path. And you find the point where you had left Ondariel behind. As Ondariel had continued running forward, you had smartly turned and left the pits behind.
Okay, so I'm going to continue down the path that we saw that grizzly weird guy at, but I'm going to hold off and wait for the rest of my party to catch up.
Okay. Yeah.
Except Andariel, because, according to you, he's still lost.
Okay. So Andariel's just
Daryl always finds his way. Don't
Andariel's a
worry.
goner. So
Well,
He's dead in the ditch.
that's what I'm saying. Like, he can run off just willy-nilly. We know that.
all right. So you can hear a commotion coming from the room in front of you. You can tell something is happening. And it takes a little bit of time, about 10 minutes, for your party to have caught up. You can hear them coming before you see them as they turn the corner, looking around.
Okay. Y'all ready?
Are we healed?
Yes, everybody's healed except you don't have all of your spells.
Yeah,
All,
I had the ones I used. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
all of your spells. None of them. You have
None of
none.
them?
You have none of your spells. Fuck you. You still have spells.
I have 2 first level and 1 third.
You
or
equip
second.
your flail and your shield.
Gladiator helm also.
Yep.
I guess I'm still missing my 2 damage.
Are
No,
you?
here.
No, because when it
Oh yeah,
hit me?
the 2. That's right.
Wait, what happened?
The backfire spell hit him.
the
It's like the
backfire
third
of
time this happened now.
yeah, I know.
yeah.
I don't like it. It pisses me off.
No
It's just
spells.
like angry.
I am angry. Let me learn.
Alright, so you guys are standing at the a good distance from the entrance to the room that you guys had confronted the cloaked individuals at. You're about good 50 or 60 feet. And you can hear commotion coming from within the room.
I'm gonna walk in.
Alright, you just fucking stroll up
I'm
into the
gonna
room.
turn it into a net, actually.
Alright, you turn it into the net. Perfect. So
Can I inspiration everyone?
Too late.
alright, so
Yeah, Ish is gone. Yeah.
yeah, Ish is gone. Yeah, Ish has already walked in. Yeah, you can inspiration as Ish is walking forward.
Okay. Ish first, I guess.
Alright. And one more. Boop. Perfect. So, Ish, you enter a room. It is pretty large. It looks like a sparring room underground. There are 2 medium armored gladiators currently in the room, and a few cloaked individuals, and one whose hood has been pulled back with strange tattoos that make him look sinister.
Ooh,
Is
sinister.
evil.
Ew.
I've seen better tattoos on an infant.
Alright, everybody roll initiative. I've
What-
seen
what a
better
good-
tattoos on an infant.
What a good opening line.
I've seen tattoos. You fool! Your tattoos are garbage.
That's actually
Chef's
what it should
kiss.
say though. Like,
Chef's kiss on that one.
Huh. Mwah! Delicious.
can I politely hand that over to Andariel for his first vicious mockery?
You know what? Sure. Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I'll keep that one in my book. Book of You're a Bitch.
I've seen better tattoos on an infant. Jesus Christ. Alright, we still need a initiative check from Ondariel.
I'm sorry, I thought we were keeping the same one.
No, you-
My
I
bad.
told you to roll! I told you to roll!
Could I
was
could I
looking at-
re-roll that initiative? That's
No.
terrible.
No, you
No.
Mine's not any better.
Yours is better. Like it literally is better.
Alright, Ondariel, it is your turn first. As the gladiators pull out their weapons, one of them recognizes you. And he's pretty
Oh, no.
fucking pissed.
It's your friend.
Oh no! You have to fight your friend.
I don't want to fight my friend. I hugged him. Why are they glad? Why? But why are they fighting us? Are they bad? I don't want to hurt my friend.
You could try to persuade him. Just be like, friend, fight with us. For honor.
Gibberish, 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 gibberish.
Can I burn an inspiration point to like Simon says that?
To like sign in.
You don't have access to the spell tongues. I'm gonna say no.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
that's
about
that's what I mean.
miming?
Like, Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
If you want to mime it to him,
yeah, that's what I
I
mean. Burn inspiration and mime it.
I'll let you burn an action and an inspiration to mime to your gladiator friend, to work together.
This is when I like turn on the camera, like you, me, us, fight
Together.
together.
Say that because if you, me, us fight, he could be like, "All right, let's fight,"
Yeah,
and
let's
then
do
stab
it.
you.
Ondario, you still have a minor action.
We'll just say I use fucking buff.
Alright. You know what? Give me 1 second. I think I have a way to solve this, possibly. You know what? Trying to think of if I have a map that I can use.
We're under here. Yeah, because
You
we
know
kind of need
what?
to see what we're fighting.
You know what? How about this? It's not gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be alright.
You should have been prepared for this.
A
You should-
unicorn.
I don't think this is perfect anymore.
Calm down. Everybody calm down.
Somebody
It's a
trees under here.
unicorn.
Nathan got a fucking flashback.
Why don't you take it? Why don't you do the one where we're underground? Because this is above ground.
I mean, I could try to use the one underground, but it's not.
Or even the temple one, not the temple, but the trial.
Really not. I mean, here. One second.
Why don't you use the other campaigns?
Yeah, or one of the other.
Underground, so I can get some hide check bonuses.
You people need to calm down.
That shit. Shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to find one that doesn't have anything in the way. You know what? It's just so hard. I don't have any maps for the underground.
That does fine.
And as long as I got my suit and tie, you're all gonna fucking die today. Oh.
You need to calm down.
What? What the fuck was that?
My battle cry.
I'm like looking around for the perfect map. I'm just like, nah, I don't have it. There's no underground fucking fighting arena. I need to look up like just generic maps that I can toss in here. Just for like battle maps.
This is a fucking app for that.
There isn't. I don't think you understand. Like, there isn't. You know what? How about this? Yeah, fuck it. This will have to do. It's just a map to kind of get you guys situated. I have to get rid of Cinderella.
Simba's home.
Simba's home.
I found Simba on that rock.
I forgot about that.
That rock right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys are gonna approach from this side, and you guys are in this room, and I need to change the snake because for some reason the snake is
Still at 15.
Yeah. Well, I just have to put the new snake there. That's the old snake.
Yeah, that's the old snake.
There you go. Alright. So, let me get down to the few people that you're going to be fighting. It's not perfect, but it's there. God damn it.
Wait, isn't that the demon from before?
What? No.
Oh.
It's the same, like, image, but...
Image, yeah. That's what Mora was referring to, is that image.
Alright, so... This one here, with the face, is going to be the one that you recognize.
With the face?
Yeah, with the face symbol on him. Alright, Ondario, it is still your turn.
I end it.
Alright, you end it. Zap. Sorry.
Yeah, the one that I...
Ish is in front, not Ondario.
Gotcha.
Alright, Zap.
Do we have to re-roll initiative?
No, I had to put you in front because you stormed into the room before anybody else.
No, I know, but I can't see the turn order.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the
Turn
turn
order.
order. I can see the turn order. I'll just let you know.
But you
Number
always mess
24.
up.
Oh my god, I don't know what to tell you. This is the turn order you're gonna go in.
Okay, I'm moving right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna throw my net.
Which one?
The one that I know is not his friend.
Ah, yes, because you know, but we don't.
I do know, yes.
Okay. You do know, so you're gonna toss the net at the one that isn't the friend. You're gonna hit. He's going to make a strength saving throw. He's gonna succeed, actually, just barely, as he manages to shove the net off and avoid it before it manages to snare him.
Okay, well, move the rest of my movement with another action and pick my net up.
Hey, yeah, you pick your net up.
That's it.
Okay, next is going to be the cultists. Sorry, I'm getting everyone re-added to the list, so give me a second.
Where's my gladiators, huh?
Need to calm down. Alright, you guys can see people now on the initiative? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. I can't see myself.
You want to calm down? Do you want to calm thyself, Jenny?
Would I like to? No. Am I
You
going
cannot-
to?
Alright, that should be everybody
No.
on the initiative check.
No, you're missing
not
me.
going to.
Missing Ondario?
At a
No, you got
24.
everybody. It's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need Ondario.
Gotcha. You don't need Ondario. Copy. Alright.
Got a 2. 2 is initiative.
Alright. It's going to be the cultists who are going to draw their weapons. They pull out daggers. And they begin to stab themselves.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Yeah, okay, no. That would have been much of a...
They're going to stab themselves in the abdomen. Abdomen. They're going to stab themselves in the stomach. Fucking Jesus Christ. I am all over the place today, apparently. And they're going to crit themselves for a total of 8 points of damage, leaving them at 1 HP.
Jesus
What are they doing?
And then it is going to be the gladiators. The gladiator in front of Zap is going to begin to go fucking ham. And by fucking ham, he's going to make 3 melee attacks with spear. Actually, it's going to be spear, shield bash, spear.
Can I just say that the synchronization that these cultists had to have had to all crit themselves and all stab themselves and everything at the same exact time?
They stabbed themselves in a critical spot. They're trying to kill themselves.
Synchronization.
Yeah, they're all just like, the spear misses, the shield bash misses, and the other spear, what's your AC?
19.
We need
The
to
other-
try and
The
capture.
spear is also going to miss. The other gladiator is going to move forward, provoking an opportunity attack from you, Zap.
With my net?
Yep. Yeah, he's going to make a strength save. He's going to succeed, avoiding the net.
Damn y'all.
And he's going to move to the other side of you, and he's going to start beginning tactics of 2-on-1 fighting gladiator style. And,
I'm familiar with this.
He is.
Oh, God.
He's going to get advantage, and he's going to spear, shield bash, spear you. He's going to hit, dealing a total of 10 points of piercing damage. Shield bash is going to crit, dealing a total of 19 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my.
Make a strength saving throw. You are going to not succeed, being knocked prone, and he's going to just jab down with his spear, dealing another 10 points of piercing damage. So for
Cool,
a total
I'm at 8 health.
Yeah, total of 39 fucking 20, 30, yeah, 39 points of damage. So from 58 to fucking 18.
Oh, 18? Yep.
Wait, 38 from 50
Sure, why not?
is 20. 39, 19. Yeah. 19. There you go. Math. It's so hard.
Oh.
Next.
Boy!
Next is going to be the cultist fanatic, who is going to Shield of Faith himself, increasing his AC, and he's going to draw out a dagger, and he's going to begin moving forward. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Shield of Faith, a spell or something?
25. No, he's not. Shield of Faith is a spell, yeah.
Can I try and cast Counterspell?
You can. The spell immediately fizzles, as he's going to growl in frustration. The one with the tattoos is the one that you've blocked the spell from. He's gonna growl, and he's going
Baby
to be
tattoos.
like, baby tattoos. He's gonna look at you, and he's gonna be like, "You outsiders have not a comprehension of what you are interfering with. I shall teach you the error of your ways."
I don't have comprehension of anything.
Garnet,
don't
it
skip
is your
me.
turn.
Don't skip me. I did something, but it wasn't on my turn.
It is your turn.
So who likes to go fast?
Ish does.
Okay. Ish and Zap, I'm gonna cast.
You have to be able to
Haste.
touch them to cast haste.
Do I have to be able? Is it a touch?
It is touch.
Within range, it's a 30 feet range.
Is it 30 feet? Oh boy.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you can hit
I
him.
don't have to touch him.
Alright, you're gonna give him the zoomies.
I'm gonna give him the zoom zooms. And it will be twinned because I have to twin it to give it to 2 people.
So you're gonna twin it?
Yes.
Yeah, you give haste to 2 individuals.
Can you link this spell?
Yes. Sorry. There you go.
Choose a willing creature that you can see within range. Spell ends, the target's speed is doubled, gains a +2 to AC and has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and gains an additional action on each of their turns. The action can be used only to take an attack, 1 weapon only, a dash, a disengage, a hide, or a use an object action. When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn, as a wave of lethargy sweeps over it.
The last time you cast this on me, I died. Just putting that out there.
You are correct. Just don't die now. This time I think is a better chance of casting it than when we were fighting a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I just think it's funny.
that is Garnet's turn over. Ish, it is your turn. You have been hasted. Everything seems a bit slow to you as you kind of just look around like you're on crack.
Hey, I've done that
boy.
before.
Yeah.
We get the cobalt speed.
Yep.
15. I can make it there. Okay.
You also have double speed.
Yeah. I figured. But I can make it there with just 30. That means my snake can make it.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, can it burrow and then go?
It can burrow. Yes. Yes.
It hits.
It is going to hit, dealing a total of 13 plus 1. So a total of 14 points of damage. He's going to yelp in pain as he goes to start stabbing down at the snake. It is still your turn.
What's he looking at?
He's bloodied from that.
Bloodied from that?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do non-lethal damage?
You can do non-lethal damage.
Do I have to use like a blunt object or?
You'd have to hold back your attacks. You can aim with a bladed weapon at non-lethal areas. It's just you're gonna take here. Let me do this. Non-lethal damage 5e. I always like looking this up. Come on, I don't want that. Bastard. Alright, so any damage that would otherwise not kill him would knock out the target with non-lethal damage. So yeah, you can do any weapon with non-lethal.
Okay, I'm gonna do non-lethal then.
Alright. Yeah, you hit, dealing 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So, with your scimitar, you knock the cultist out with your non-lethal damage as he collapses to the ground with a grunt.
I have an extra attack
Yep.
that I can use an object with,
Mhm.
and I'm going to use my manacles to manacle him together.
Gotcha. You pull out your manacles and you fucking, like, in one flash of motion, you walk over, like, whirlwind of steel, and then you just, like, manacles appear on the, like, unconscious body. As the dude's been, like, chained. Okay. And Dario, it's your turn.
Sorry, I couldn't give you haste as well.
I don't care. I don't use it.
Keep him alive.
So baby tattoos is unconscious now, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So
Tattoos. I love that's the name that we gave him.
so I'm a flank the flanker.
Okay.
Your friend. No,
Wait, is it my friend?
it is your friend.
Okay, I'm gonna cope into a field, then I'm going to hit him with my sword.
Alright, you're gonna cope a field.
Remember, I came back for you. I came
And
back
I'm
for
helping you
You
now,
heard that.
Tom. I'm helping you now.
So you squeeze his
Oh,
butt,
no, I'm not.
and then you stab him.
Yeah, you're more focused with copping a feel of this gladiator rather than trying to kill him.
The truth hurts. The truth hurts.
Oh, that's
It's
unfortunate.
funny. I feel
Well,
like
that's
he
it for
would have.
me.
I feel like he'd immediately whip around though. So either way, you're no longer flanked.
Yep, so Zap, it is your turn.
I feel
I
like you'll be
have
more
to
angry at
do
me
an
anyway.
action to get up, correct?
No, you just need to move action. It uses half your movement speed to get up.
Gotcha.
But you
And
have
one more
more.
question.
Mhm.
You can look on my character sheet. Can I use the grapple staff now?
You haven't trained long enough with the grapple staff.
Darn. Disadvantage?
I'll give that to you, yeah?
Sweet. Okay. I'm going to do that. So first I'm going to disengage.
Yep.
And where would flanking be? Do I still have flanking right here? Or
No, flanking would be only here if you're going to try to flank this individual.
okay, fuck it. I'm going to flank that individual and grapple staff him.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second to do something.
Oh, it's horrible.
Man.
Give me 1 second.
But now my DC's lower because it's two-handed.
Okay.
But your DC is also +2 because of haste.
Yep, I still have a 19 DC. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're going to miss. He's going to nimbly avoid your staff. Looking at it, he's kind of questioning what the hell the purpose of this weapon is.
I'm going to do it again.
You're going to do it again? Aight, continue.
I have another attack, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting 3 attacks on this.
Yeah, however, this one does hit... Or what, you change weapon to a glaive?
Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be the grapple. I misclicked.
Gotcha. I'll keep the roll. Go ahead and do damage.
Cool. There you go.
Gotcha. It's going to be 14 bludgeoning damage to him. And he's going to make a strength save. He's going to fail, becoming restrained.
Okay, and then I'll do one more attack with my, what is it called? Second wind. Action surge. Sorry.
Do note
Same thing.
that you have advantage with the grapple staff, but he will be able to attempt another strength save to break free of it.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Is that a normal now?
No, you want to go grab it out? Yeah, you can go ahead and attack again. With advantage.
Where is it?
It's in the freezer, top left. Alright, and you're going to deal another 15 points of damage with the staff. And you are forgetting your sneak attack. Anytime you have advantage, you get sneak attack.
Got you. So let's throw that.
And he's going to make a strength save. And he's going to fail. Yeah, and deal another 7 points of damage. Yeah, you've got him restrained in front of you with the grapple staff. And you're going to Fury of the Small one, right? He is still not bloodied.
I love the emphasis on like the Fury of the Small.
Fury of the Small!
There you go.
Alright, it's going to be the cultists. One of the cultists is going to hobble forward towards his leader. And he's going to stab him in the throat.
What?
And he's going to pull the blade out. And he himself is going to bleed out and die. The other two...
Save the cultist.
Give me a second. Okay, because I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this, and I'm not there.
Okay, you do you.
Okay, what does he do?
He hobbles forward and stabs the cultist in the throat, coup de grace-ing him.
Can I? Damn it! I have a reaction. Can I use a reaction like that?
What is your reaction?
Can I fucking hellish rebuke him before he can do that?
No. There are specific wording on hellish rebuke. And it is specifically when you take damage.
Quick, someone hit me.
Quick, somebody hit me so he has to hit you. Hellish rebuke hits the target that hits you.
Quick, let me use my other reaction and crossbow him in the face.
Yeah, no, sadly not gonna work.
I don't really have anything for a reaction either.
Yeah.
The other two cultists are going to slit their own throats, killing themselves. Right? And then it is going to be the gladiator's turns. The gladiator behind Zap is not going to have advantage, and he's going to attack with his spear. He's going to miss. He's going to attempt a shield bash, miss, and spear. He's going to hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage. The other gladiator is going to attempt to break free. He's going to fail. Damn, they are rolling really low for that.
Good.
It is going to be Garnet's turn.
Remember, I gave you all Bardic Inspiration too, by the way.
We're not trying to kill these gladiators, are we?
I mean,
Well, our prime witness is dead.
I cop the feel.
You copped a feel? You done?
Yeah.
Walk out? Be like, I'm outie.
All right, deuces.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna chromatic orb that one.
Aight?
Yeah, I'm not gonna twin it or anything.
Aight. That's going to miss as he manages to kind of duck down, holding his shield up and avoiding the chromatic orb.
I just want to see this show. Oh wow, that's so useful.
Show spell description. There you go.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Aight. Anything else, Garnet?
No. That's
Okay. Ish.
about it.
5.
Yeah.
Burrow and then come up there.
It's going to burrow and come up next to him. Okay. Yeah, it's going to hit, doing a total of 13. With an additional 5. For a total 18 points of damage.
How's he looking?
He's not even close to bloodied.
I'm gonna do non-lethal damage.
Aight, non-lethal damage. Yeah, you're going to miss with the first one. As you swing with the second one, he manages to gather himself and spin around, blocking unsuccessfully your scimitar attack with his shield as it cuts into his hand below, dealing 5 points of damage to him. And the other one crits. As he leaves his spot open, you slash through his mid, dealing another 11 points of damage to him. He grunts in pain as he stumbles backwards. And oh my god, yes! Again, you fucking press the advantage as you start to fucking slash into this poor gladiator, dealing another 12 points of damage. He is getting close to bloodied. Ish is just like, fools! On Dariel.
And they are gladiators.
That is true.
Or we have fought in an arena and won.
I mean, you're right.
Technically, yeah, you're correct.
Should I just charm him again?
That's a great question.
Do it. Wait, you get a disadvantage if you're fighting him.
Yeah. What do I want to do? Are we doing non-lethal to these guys too?
I don't care.
Do you think we can bring back the one that got coup de grace?
I have no way of reviving the dead right now. But we can bring it back as corpse to the guards to
Possibly.
inspect.
Yeah.
Read
Good word.
dead. Although, I mean, they probably don't agree with necromancy.
Either way, I think these guys would not let us do it anyway, so
True,
Smart.
they don't even like anything more than fuck, do
You
they?
swing, and as you do, actually, you have advantage on this because he is restrained. So
And flanked.
and flanked. Yeah, he's just the gladiator's gonna be fucked. Yeah. So you're gonna
Are
hit.
you doing lethal damage or non-lethal damage?
How
non-lethal.
does his alignment shift today?
Alright, so he is
As
bloodied
flimsy as ever.
as you switch the blade to doing non-lethal. You cut shallowly along the back of the gladiator as he's gonna grunt in pain, trying to restrain, like push against the restraints of the grapple staff. It's still your turn, Ondario.
I'm going to use a bonus action.
Yep.
I'm going to healing word
Yep.
on Zap.
Yep. Zap. You restore 5 hit points.
Hey,
Alright.
That's
It's gonna
it.
be Zap's turn.
hey, I am going to try to heal a little bit. Beautiful roll.
Yeah, you heal a single point of HP.
Sucks.
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
Well, actually, 1d10 plus your fighter level, so.
Oh yeah, so technically
Right.
2. Actually, are you second level fighter yet?
Yeah, it should be second level. I
That's
don't know
what
why
I
it's
thought.
not.
So yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you heal for 3 this time. Pew,
So-
big boy.
That was done. I lost my fucking count.
You're at 14. Now you're at 17. There you go.
So now I'm going to continue to abuse the Spore Guard with non-lethal.
Gotcha.
Lock him up.
Yeah, you're gonna hit. Remember, you have advantage on these attacks.
And I get one more.
Alright, so the first one's gonna hit, doing a total of 7 points of damage, and the second one's going to crit for a total of 11. Alright. Anything else?
That is going to be it. I'm going to take the damage for my team if I need to.
Gotcha. He's going to make 2 strength saving throws. He's going to succeed the first one, however, he's going to immediately fail the second one. becoming grappled again, and he's just gonna roar in frustration.
Well, now you know what this is for.
One the gladiator's going to attempt to break out again, and he's gonna fail. Dude, this gladiator's just gonna fucking. He's just frustrated as shit. Can't break out of this strange weapon, and he has no fucking idea what it is. He's like, "What? What is it?"
They're getting severely mind fucked.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
gladiator
Nathan's
is
always copping a feel.
the gladiator that is surrounded with Zap's back face to him, and then the fucking crazy ass lizard. He's gonna like one attack on all three of you. So he's gonna spear forward on Ish, and with disadvantage. He's going to, however, miss. He is then going to shield bash sideways on your snake. And your AC on your snake is... It's going to miss as his shield bash misses, and he's going to spin around, stabbing forward into the back of Zap with regular. He's going to crit with his spear as he does that, dealing a total of 14 points of piercing damage.
Why did he crit at the person he's not facing?
Right?
He throw a spear behind him. Hiya!
He's just like spinning around in a circle, stabbing out and like kicking and shield bashing and shit as he's trying to like create enough room around him.
Demacia.
For Demacia! Garnet, it's your turn.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, just throw another. Are we trying to hit both of them, or? Yeah, fuck it.
We're trying to keep them alive. Yeah.
Yeah, we're non-lethaling them.
Remember, spells cannot non-lethal. Unless it is force damage. And I'm not even 100% sure about that one.
Fuck. Yeah. I'm gonna just chromatic orb the one that just crit Zap.
Okay.
Don't worry about me, guys. Just have fun with your haste.
Yeah, you just fucking shooting orbs out and just missing. Poor fucking...
Slow-mo chromatic orb.
Garnet, anything else?
No, I'll just stay back here. I'm good.
Ish, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to.
Begin spinning in a circle like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Just like saw him in half.
I'm going to. Yeah, Beyblade. Just scimitar at each hand. Just yep. I'm gonna have my snake attack him.
Okay.
For one.
Yeah, it's gonna miss. Yeah, however, the scimitar is going to hit, dealing a total of 10 points of damage. The next one's going to miss as he manages to get a shield up in time. However, he's not able to block the next one as you're just too fast for him with this haste.
That wasn't even haste. This is just
Speedy
haste.
lizard.
With the last
Speedy
one, he manages to finally catch your scimitar and his shield, managing to block successfully. You're hasted, period. All of your movements are faster than he thinks. This is just pure reaction on his part as he's trying to avoid as much damage as possible.
Wait, Jenny, remember your verdict. You can fucking increase one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'll do it with the last one.
Okay.
And it's a D8.
D8 now, yeah.
However, you smash through his shield, completely obliterating it into his arm below, dealing 5 points of slashing
That means his
damage.
AC is now 2 points less.
Yes. His shield is now mangled as you kind of just like bardic inspiration and slice through it into the bone underneath.
Yeah, his
Power of
arm probably
Ontario
is
fuels
too.
you. You feel determined.
He screams in pain. Undariel.
I just realized I can also do that, but I'm gonna just target this guy's shield because I have an adamantium sword.
Mm-hmm.
So advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna break this guy's shield. When death roll. That's there. Okay.
Fuck your shields.
Fuck
Yeah,
your
you just
shield.
need to click advantage instead of double clicking.
No, I did. It didn't. The leg
just-
for a second for me.
Lag for a second. Yeah, you hit,
Yeah.
dealing 18 points of damage to the shield, completely chopping it off the dude's arm.
Chopping off the dude's arm.
Chopping it off the dude's arm. Off the dude's arm. Aight, what else on
Correct.
Dariel?
Oh yeah, Zap's looking kind of low, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'll bonus action.
Everyone's looking healthy though.
Healing word. I'm at 3rd level.
Yeah, you're level 3 healing word to your friend. You're going to heal him for a total of 12, bringing his HP up to 15. Just out of range, it seems. Aight, Zap.
Okay. Grapple staff, non-lethal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have advantage. And that's going to hit, doing a total of 11 points of damage. And the second one... Or you're going to do additional 6 with sneak attack? Yep. Okay.
Still up?
Yes,
Yes,
he is still standing. Alright, are you specifying non-lethal, by the way?
Yes,
Aye.
non-lethal.
Yes, another 7 points of damage, and he's going to make 2 strength throws. He's going to break free of the second one. However, he's also going to ignore being grappled by the second one as well. So he's going to take an additional 7. He's getting close to death, but he's no longer grappled.
He's
Okay,
free.
my last action is I'm going to disengage.
Yeah, you're going to disengage.
Alrighty, right there.
Alright, it's going to be the gladiators. The gladiator, who's been getting the shit beat out of him by fucking zapping on Dariel, is going to fucking spin around, and he's going to grab the spear with 2 hands, and he's going to begin stabbing like a mad motherfucker. He's going to hit.
Me?
Yeah, he's going to hit with the first one, doing a total of 15 points of piercing damage.
I'll reaction that one.
Okay, you're going to have it, taking it down to 8.
Can
He's
I?
gonna-
Can I use the reaction to like hit his spear?
You can't, no.
Okay, then yeah, I'll
Reaction
have
to
it.
hit him only. He's going to miss with the second spear, however. And with a thrust of his third spear, he's going to miss as well. He's kind of like
But-
staggered
take
on...
8?
Yeah, you take 8. He's going to kind of like wobble a little on 2 feet with his spear in 2 hands as he's trying to keep his distance from anybody who might fucking try to kill him.
No,
Garnet.
friend, we no kill.
Oh, sorry, actually, the other gladiator's going to... He's going to grab with his broken arm. He's still going to swing with 2 hands. He's just going to have disadvantage against everything now. So he's going to attempt to spear Zap and miss, the snake and miss, and Ish and miss. So Ish, a snake, Ish, and he misses with all of them. And it is going to be Garnet's turn.
How low is this one looking?
He's bloodied, but he's definitely healthier than his friend is.
Okay.
I cast Disintegration Ray right through his chest.
Non-lethally.
Non-lethally, yeah, obviously. I'm gonna actually cast Shinalik Snowball Swarm.
Yeah, you're gonna throw a
that
bunch
guy.
of fucking snowballs at him.
We're underground. Where the fuck did this snow come from?
Yeah, he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage. He's gonna fail. And he's gonna take a total of 13 points of cold damage. There's a bunch of snowballs smash into the back of him.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, just a bunch of... He's like, what the fuck? Who's throwing snowballs? This is a fight to the death, not a child's game. Aight. Ish.
It angers him. He enrages.
I will non-lethal scimitar. Well, actually, snake will. Can snake non-lethal bite?
The poison is lethal, but you can non-lethal if you... He can
How is he
choose...
looking?
He's looking... He's still standing. He's bloodied, but he's not as bad off as his friend behind him who could barely stand.
So
Snake is going to hit, doing a total of 12 points of damage.
I'm in a non-lethal scimitar.
Right. Yeah, you're going to crit, doing a total of 14 points of damage, and he's now, like, wobbling on fucking his legs as he's barely standing in front of you. And you're non-lethal, you finally manage to just, like, bash him over the head with the end of your scimitar as he drops down unconscious. Still breathing, bleeding, but still breathing. Yeah, you walk over him, just casually trot on him.
In a non-lethal scimitar, the guy in front of me.
Yeah. He's going to drop down very close, but he's still standing. And he's just going to look at both of you in anger, and he's just going to roar out on Dario.
Wait, with
Yeah.
that last one?
Oh, with that last one? That was the fourth? Yeah, that last one's going to knock him unconscious. I thought that was the
Yeah,
fourth already.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's going to drop unconscious as well in front of Ondario. After roaring, he's just going to hit the ground unconscious.
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck.
Just one. I come into the field.
Okay, you cop a feel. I mean, he's fucking unconscious and bleeding, but yeah, by all means.
I grab the titty.
Alright, he's gonna wake up and shove his spear right in your ass.
Phrasing.
Exactly.
Damn it.
So the the cultists have successfully bled out as they had killed themselves, and the gladiators are still breathing.
Okay, so I grab the cultist's corpse and start dragging it back to the
Can
ground.
anyone try to help this thing?
Well, they're both unconscious now.
He's dead as dicks.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got stabbed in the throat.
yeah, the dagger's still in his throat.
Take the dagger out.
Yeah, you take the
I mean,
dagger out.
that's the first day no.
That's the first. Yeah,
He's already dead.
blood just.
He's already dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead as dicks.
Right, who wants to help me bring the corpse back?
Before we do that, I am going to do that.
All right. You notice that the circle that was previously on the floor has been kind of destroyed. You can see a few remnants of the spell circle
Also-
still there.
Get the mage to help.
Gotcha. You look around and you notice that there's nothing else out of the ordinary other than, the few people that were here, they're gone now. You don't know where the other 3 individuals who are around the circle have gone, and you know that at least one of these gladiators was not it. So, you're potentially missing 2 to 3 people from this list.
Can Ish track him?
Yeah?
Ish, making an investigation check with advantage. You're in underground, aren't you? Yeah.
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 No, we're underneath
Yeah.
the bleachers.
You're still underground.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
While this is going, I'm going to take a potion.
So it counts as my favorite terrain, yes?
Yes, it does.
What happens in my favorite terrain? Make an intelligence or wisdom check to relate it to your favorite terrain. Your proficiency bonus is doubled if you are using a skill you're proficient in.
There you go.
So investigation, I am not proficient.
Damn. But you still get an advantage on investigation check.
I am proficient in nature if I can use nature.
New. You don't see any tracks leading out of this area. And neither do you, Zap.
Yeah. Well, let's just get these witnesses out of here, I suppose.
I think they're fine there.
So,
Yeah, I just leave them, let the guards know, because we don't want to fuck with too much.
Okay.
Yep. Also going to help the guards investigate the entire cavern so that they actually know what it is. Well, I can.
Right? Yeah. As you help the guards, there's a few extra guards that when you finally get out and you tell them what had happened, they send a couple guards in there, and they have a few extra guards that you guys can have to go investigate. But they say that your job is done here. You don't necessarily have to continue hunting them down. They just didn't have the manpower to send in there at the moment to hunt them down, but now they do, as more guards have arrived. You guys can assist if you want, but they haven't informed you that it is not necessary.
Up to y'all.
Cut back to the high sorcerer.
High priest.
Well,
Yeah, I have a few questions for the high priest. So.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna go back and heal up. I need some time.
Right. So a couple of you are heading back to the high priest. Zap is going to return to heal up, and Ish, what are you doing?
I'm gonna make sure that I have my manacles that I got off of the other guy.
Yeah, you pulled your manacles off.
Died. Okay.
I'm also going to start, meditating on that stone.
Okay. Yeah. Ish, you have your manacles back. What else would you like to do? Aye. You're not going to find any here in the pits, but you make your way back to the manor so that you can collect all of the blankets while your friends are out and about. Muhahaha. The blankets are belong to Ish. Aye. Garnet, Ondariel. You make your way back to the priest's tower.
Mhm.
You take a look around, and you realize that there are no real entrances. It's in the middle of a giant kind of moat, and the only thing is a bridge leading from one tower to the next, and the miniature tower doesn't even look like it has any entrances, but there is a guard standing nearby.
And I pretend that ding dong, nothing.
Yeah, you walk up and you just poke the stone.
Okay, thank you.
You don't know what ding dong ditching is, but you just go up and poke the stone.
No, I asked the guard to take me up.
Same. Yeah.
Of course. The high priest is probably awaiting you now. He
That he should already fucking know.
He waves his hand at the stone, and the stone begins to kind of open up, revealing a chamber inside. He walks inside, and a kind of flash of light and a pop of air, and you are standing within the private quarters of the high priest. And he looks around, seeing that you guys have arrived, and be like, "Ah, I see you have returned.
We found some cultists.
Ah, I see. Tell me everything that happened, please."
They're suicidal.
He looks at you, concerned. What do you mean by that?
They killed themselves.
Do you know why?
Probably to avoid interrogation. Or complete the ritual. One of the two.
I see. Well, even death does not stop us from interrogating them.
Oh, we got a corpse of one of the high quote-unquote dude. He looks like the leader. A leader.
Interesting. Well, I'll be sure to bring them here and work my magic. What else did you find out?
They do have a plan to hurt the king.
That we already knew, but any other information that might have been revealed?
So, we didn't really get a time of when or where.
I see. Damn. We'll have to investigate their spirits, if we can pull them from their bodies in the great beyond. Right. Did you find anything else out? Where were you?
And the fens pits.
In the gladiator pits.
I see. They're using that as part of their base of operations. We'll have to investigate that even more in depth.
Hopefully you've got the map that I created.
Are you there with them?
No, yeah. Well, no, sorry. I'm done.
You're good.
I mean, you give it to a guard, though.
And the guard gave it to you guys. You guys technically have the directions to where you
Okay,
guys
I give it to him then.
I see. He holds it up, and then he casts a spell, sending the paper elsewhere. The head guard of the city will find that quite useful. Hmm. Interesting. Well,
Did you read the insignia on it?
Hmm?
Actually, I would say I would have re-seen the insignia now, wouldn't I?
what
Like
insignia?
on his cloak.
Yeah, for the most part.
Can I do like a rough drawing as like they're wearing this kind of sigil?
Yeah. Yeah, so you drop a sigil of, 1, and he looks down, and he goes, rebellion. Ugh, disgusting. Individuals sad that they have lost their connection to the magic of the world. We're not as we used to be, and people are noticeably upset. But they are blaming the God King, and that is wrong. He's
They
trying to
call them
pull
a
us
boy.
from this.
They do
He's
not
young.
trust him by the looks of it.
He is young, and he is yet to earn the favor of everyone in the city, but he is trying. He is determined. I will bring it the attention to the king. That is for sure. Did you find anything else out?
I think that's everything.
Understandable. Well, we need to find out more information. Feel free to return to the pits. Gladiators will be informed that they are not to interfere with you.
I do have some questions for you before we go. I
Of
did
course.
some research, and in these books, there are parts of it that I cannot read.
Understandable. We have enchanted our language to prevent certain information from being unearthed.
The book, and I at this point I pull out the book from my bag. This one is talking about the ritual that the God King will be performing, and I was wondering, you would know of all people if this book would be important, or is this just speculation?
That information is to be passed down through the ages, a kind of history retelling. It is trying to give future generations knowledge of what we have attempted here. The ritual is extremely deadly, and there is a reason why our king is so young. We have gone through 4 before him that have attempted to take upon the power of the disc and become immortal. It is a way to bring our people back to the power we once held. But that history is to be forgotten. This ritual is supposed to change our fate and move us forward through time. The reason I haven't asked whether it has worked in your day and age is because we are not meant to know, and it can alter the way we go about things, making it fail. We must
So
just hope that it works.
Would it be in character for Undar to be like, nope, it hasn't worked yet?
I mean, that if you want, you can.
Like, yeah, that's a you decision, not a everyone decision.
I feel like Undar would be that ass. I was like, I mean, I haven't seen you guys around.
I see. Well, we will find out when the time comes.
There is another thing that I found that is a part of our time, but it is the same language, I believe, or a variation of a language that you guys use. And I pull out the book and I'm like, this, I'm not sure how important it is, but I got a guard to try to read it to me, and he said to bring it to you. But I am worried by bringing this to you, it might alter things because you'll know more history.
I see. Let me see it, and I will not open it, of course, but I will cast a spell. Legend lore. As he begins to cast a spell, he motions for you to put the book in front of him.
I do so.
He finishes casting the spell after a couple of minutes, and it begins to show a couple images in the room. As it begins to play through, you recognize the three sultans that created the trials, the betrayal and all of that fun stuff, and them writing the book and the information. As he begins to speak, as though not himself, but the spell itself. The book is a recording of failed attempts at bringing back our people from the brink of destruction and death. They are great descendants of the city of Tyr, for sure. They are refugees of sorts. Contained within the books are ancient rituals that they had hoped would bring them back from the brink of magic ineptitude. I see. Yes, this is ancient knowledge. Histories that weren't supposed to continue being passed down. It tells of the fall of the city of Tyr, and it tells more past before the city of Tyr. He stops and goes, I wish I could take this, but it does not belong in our time. It does not belong with our people, and I cannot. He passes it back to you. I also do not dare read it for myself. It is not something I am meant to know.
And that was why I was worried.
I did not get any of the information contained within with my spell, just a glimpse of its history, of its purpose. It is good to know that our people live, but it is sad to know that failures continue. But it does not change that we need to try. This information has saddened me deeply, but I do warn you, there is a reason our people have hidden our knowledge and our history from the people of your time. Do not hunt the information in these books that you find. They would be best to destroy them.
They're aliens.
Alien.
Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Getting down would be nice.
I shall send you back to your estate that you're staying in. He waves his hand, and with a short incantation, he sends you guys back to the villa. So, y'all are back at the villa. Zap, you're resting. Ish, you have successfully gathered all of the blankets.
All of them? The entire villa.
In the entire villa, yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Alright. What else would you guys like to do as you are resting up? Zap, you are kind of recovering from getting your ass beat by 2 gladiators.
I gained valuable training with my staff, though.
You did. It is some good information on how to use it and the effectiveness of that damn staff.
Or gladiators rolls, though.
Yeah. They hurt. They hurt a lot.
They do be gladiators.
That's true, they do be gladiators. So what else would you guys like to do?
Rest.
Rest,
Yeah.
right? So, Ish, are you wanting to rest as well, now that you've successfully gathered a pile of blankets within your room?
Yes.
You guys take a long rest. The guards are keeping watch over your guys' villa, and you can hear them occasionally making their rounds through the villa just to make sure everything is all right.
I also study the scroll.
Yes, you can. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oh, well, not with
No luck.
advantage.
No luck, however. So, You guys awaken the next day, shortly after the sun rises. And it's pretty relaxing. It's cool within the villa, though you can tell the sun has already started to heat up the outside world, as occasionally a gust of wind will make its way through a window, kind of bringing with it the heat of the sun.
Of the moment.
Exactly. So,
As the bird, I have to make any song reference I can.
of course. Whew. So, what else would you guys like to do as you have awakened, restored, your spells returned, your HP maxed?
Ricky?
Should we go find out if they found any information about our dead friends?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your fire alarm still chirping, by the way?
Yes.
But I'm gonna get some food before that.
You guys
Sustenance.
Yeah, you guys head down to the kitchen, and you can see just the guard sitting there at the table eating some food. He looks up. Ah, you are awake. It has been an uneventful night. Nothing has happened. As he continues to eat.
How empty?
So does that mean that they didn't get any information from the gladiators we caught?
You don't know. You could ask.
Asking that. Did y'all get any information from the gladiators?
We did not, but I believe the High Priest has been with them, trying to decipher any information he did garner from them.
Excellent. Thank you.
I have to
Of
take a
course.
bio break. I can.
Alright. We'll take a bio break for everybody real quick. We'll spend a couple minutes kind of using the restroom, get something to drink, do all that fun stuff, and then we will be back.
The fridge.
I didn't. I had a single brownie last time.
What?
I'm gonna fight you.
And it's my dad too. He eats them.
You fucking people. Alright, everybody. We are back, hopefully. Ontariel.
I am what?
Goss.
Darn.
Zap.
Hello.
Fucking Garnet. What else? Bailey.
No. I don't know.
Bastard. Alright, well, we'll give it a
I'm
second
resting.
more. Man. Alright, how long were you guys wanting to go today?
Kind of tired.
Kind of tired? Alright. We'll do a little bit more role play, and then we'll call it for the day for you guys.
I know you probably want to play a bit of zombies.
I can play zombies. It's
Actually, no. Wait, no. You're going to the store after.
yeah. Well,
Speaking of-
I'm gonna be taking Jenny to Joanne, so I can pick her up some crafting stuff.
Then I might just go watch a movie and pass it.
All good.
Hopefully, y'all are a little hyped about the new Battlefield and Dark Souls. Just throwing it out there.
I don't care for Battlefield, and I just meh. Dark Souls, that's okay.
I haven't played multiplayer like other than WoW. WoW or Dota or League, like any of them.
Oh,
I
well.
play like shooters.
I'm looking forward to zombie games at the end of the year, man. Dying Light 2, fuck yeah.
Do you have Dying
Yeah,
Light?
yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna get on that.
I
Sure.
have Dying Light 1, yes.
I haven't played through Dying Light. You want to play the Dying Light?
I'll play through Dying Light with you. Got no problems.
I'll play through Dying Light. Shit.
Shit, yeah. Add me up on Steam.
Bitches.
Nathan.
Uh.
Fuck.
Alright, so
Oh, did you want to do homework tomorrow? And if so, what time?
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna commit, I'm really actually downloading this, so just FYI.
Okay, I'll re-download mine too.
alright. Let's focus back on D&D, however. We're gonna do a little bit more role play, and then we're gonna end for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
E.
Alright, so the guard continues eating. He's informed you that if any information has been garnered from the bodies of the cultists, the high priest would know.
Can I go eat stuff from his
Yeah, you walk up and you hop onto the table near him, and he's gonna look at you and be like, "Can I help you?"
I'm gonna reach for food on his plate.
He's gonna pull his bowl away instinctively, and he's gonna be like, "If you would like some food, I can make some for you."
I want your food.
I see. Strange individual. He passes you the bowl of like oatmeal, and then he's gonna
Golly.
wave his hand on the table and say something, an incantation, and food appears on the table, and he's gonna pull over another bowl of oatmeal, and he's just gonna kind of glare at you as he goes back to eating.
Ew, grits.
It's oatmeal. That's different.
It is
Oatmeal?
different.
Basically the same thing.
No, grits. Grits is like gritty. Like
It's like
Grits and-
insane.
I'm sorry.
it's like wet wheat. Okay, oats are different than wheat.
Yeah.
Oh, please
Barely.
don't ever say that again to me. Don't ever say fucking wet wheat to me again.
Wet
It's like
wheat,
shredded
It
wheat.
just doesn't sound right.
wheat that's wet. Wet.
Sorry,
wheat,
yeah. Moist wheat.
Moist.
Moist wheat.
That's better than wet wheat. I don't know
Moist.
why. Just wet
It's
wheat.
It's the two
We're gonna-
W's.
Alright, so
We're
Yeah.
gonna trigger everyone in
everybody in chat is
Question.
gonna watch this later. They're gonna be like, "God damn it,
Motherfucker.
stupid bitches!" Alright, so you guys eat your meal for the day, and the guard's going to finish half a bowl of oatmeal because the other half was taken by fucking Ish. And he's gonna stand and be like, "If you need help getting to the high priest, let me know. If not, I'm gonna continue about my duties."
Your duty's eating oatmeal.
Yeah, I'm just here eating oatmeal. Fuck it.
Guards don't get to eat breakfast. What the fuck?
Yeah, they can. They can do whatever the fuck they damn well please.
Where do you get the
So-
oatmeal?
He magically conjured it.
Why do they even have kitchens?
Okay,
because they
okay,
do
so-
make food.
Can you magically unconjure oatmeal from somebody's
Who
stomach?
has the power to conjure like any breakfast material and picks fucking oatmeal?
The guard.
They also probably don't have the ability to conjure any breakfast food.
I mean, what'd they make for us?
Just regular shit, bacon, eggs,
Yeah, immediately better.
bread. Immediately he's like, "Why are you eating like a fucking slave? Get out of here!"
They are slaves.
Let me
Yeah.
expand your palate.
He's just gonna nod at you and eat an apple on his way out.
There you go. Better. Eat a banana too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Add some blueberries to the
So,
oatmeal. Come
Nathan,
on.
you found the fucking insignia, right? Or you know what it looks like?
Vaguely. I don't have like the proper memory. Oh, Zap knows it better than me.
Okay. Did we want to go to, say, the poor district or the bad district and see if we could find any of those insignias hidden around?
See the high
I'm
priest.
pretty sure I
he has
wouldn't
to say.
have trouble finding it if we go look. Sounds like my kind of alleyway.
I think it's any alleyway is an alleyway that is your kind of alleyway.
Yeah, I can name a few that are bad.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, okay. We're
I mean,
gonna
it's something
well,
while we wait for the high priest to interrogate the motherfucker.
fair. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So,
We're gonna look around for the sigils.
alright, you guys are heading to the Warrens. Alright. You make your way over to the poor district of the city. Guards escorting you again, and as you guys approach, he's gonna say the same thing he told Zap yesterday. There's no guards here, and outsiders are even less common. Be careful when you're in there. We can't always be there with you, but we will make sure that there's no overt threats around the area.
Man, for guards, they're kind of just go have fun kind of guards.
Best kind of guards.
Oh, I release you.
They're staying within shouting distance, but they're not. Their job isn't to like bodyguard you. They're there to kind of just watch you and make sure that nothing fucking happens.
Fair.
You also know your way
Okay,
around the
let's-
blade, so they're not too worried about you.
There.
Let's go try these symbols. I'm gonna throw up an investigation. Anyone want to help?
I
Am
can
I?
help you investigate.
I'm not proficient in it, so I don't think I could help.
Actually, yeah, I think same thing as me. Or does my tricks for trade count?
Your tricks of the trade will. What does it
Uh,
state specifically? Jack of all trades? Yeah. You can add half your proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check you don't have proficiency in. So yeah, you can add half your proficiency to any check that you do if you're not proficient. So
Okay, so I can assist him with that investigation.
yes, you can. And investigation, that just allows him to have advantage.
Roll with advantage, yeah.
And so yeah, you guys begin to do your investigation, and you guys look around, and you don't really see a lot of the sigils that were used in that spell circle that you saw earlier.
We see some, if you said not a lot.
You see similar, and you can tell, Garnet can tell, that it's the basics of Arcana. It's the basics of a spell. And it looks like almost the majority of everything is written with that in mind. Even the most simple of, like, enchantments on houses have these symbols on them.
Okay. But I thought there was some kind of insignia instead of
No,
the
what
sigil.
they found was a spell circle with a bunch of different runes etched onto the floor.
Okay. Well, that's my mistake, but it's still good that we looked.
I'm also going to be looking for shady backwards dealing trading alleys.
Okay. So as you are wandering around the city and finding all of the back doors,
You do notice something as you're going about. You can see what appears to be scratches etched into the roads as you're walking.
Sounding Castlevania and Ego.
Okay, continue following, but notify the party what I'm starting to pick up.
Hi. So as you continue your investigation of the Warrens, you notice that these lines are kind of like they pass through streets and up buildings, and it's very light, so it's almost imperceptible unless you're specifically looking for something. But you can see a bunch of strange, like, you get a general gist of following these lines around and seeing where they start and where they end in the roads and how they meet up. You're starting to see that they kind of form a pattern throughout the city.
Okay, and what does this pattern entail?
You have no idea, as you can't climb up onto the buildings or get a bird's eye view of all of this stuff.
Damn. Well, there's no way to get
How
there.
far up is a building?
The buildings can go up about 30, 40 feet, but there's no, like, handholds on the outsides of these buildings.
What about the roofs?
There's nothing up there. You can get up. If you can get up there, if you can somehow jump up onto these roofs, there's no ladders. There's occasional windows, but none that you can reach or get to without previously jumping to them.
Or misty stepping?
You can't see the tops of these buildings. You can't get high enough to see the tops of these buildings. I mean, you could teleport to a windowsill. But that's about the closest you'd be able to get.
Okay. Head back and mention this to the high priest, maybe?
Sounds like some good information that might help him. Or maybe he can give us a way to get up there.
Yeah. Or maybe the guard can already. I mean, go talk to a guard,
Probably.
see if he could get us up, and then...
I mean, they do
See
have, like,
if we-
teleports and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you find a guard kind of just walking down the streets, and, you know, they're staying relatively close, within shouting distance of you guys. And he sees you approaching, and he walks up. Yes, how can I help you?
We were wondering if there's any way for us to get on top of those roofs. And I point to the roofs that we were recently by.
What is the reason?
My party member thinks he might have saw something.
I see.
Okay, I explain. So there's arrows that seems to lead in a path. I'm starting to get an idea that there's a pattern to them, but I can't get a full picture of the whole thing. The best way that I think that I can get a good idea of what it is to get up there, as high as we can, up that. Point at the building.
I see. Yes, come with me. He walks over to one of the closest buildings, and he stops outside, and his eyes glow briefly before they die down. And an individual comes down and goes, "Yeah, fine. I'm not gonna like it, but come on in." And a door materializes on the side of the wall as it kind of like sinks into the ground. He motions for you to come inside.
You go inside.
All right. Follow me up the stairs. And he starts walking up the stairs, just trudging. Keep your hands to yourself. And he escorts you up several flights of stairs until he reaches the very top. And then he puts his hand on the wall, and a bunch of handholds appear in like the form of a ladder in the wall, and then a square of the roof kind of fades, becoming translucent. And he's like, "Up you go."
Up I go.
All right. So you climb up top, and you find yourself at the top of the building. And you'd chosen one of the buildings with one of the lines that had ran up it. And you could see one of the thin lines etched into the building, runs across it before heading down the other side of the building and back into the road below.
So is it helping the pattern?
No, you can't. You can see bits and pieces of it, but you're high up enough that you can't see the minute scratches that have been scratched into like the roadways. Like you can tell that it's purposeful, but you can't. With your vision, you can't see it from up here.
Crazy. Okay. Well, head back down. A lot of stairs.
You come back through, and he closes up the ceiling or the roof, and he goes, "Did you find what you need?" And he leads you downstairs.
It seems like. Wait. How much do you know about the roof up there? Has anyone been up there?
Nobody
Is
needs to go up there. Last
near
time
you?
somebody went up there was less than a year ago, maybe 8 months.
That never returned since.
Yeah, they just flown it off. Fuck them. No, they came down, of course, but they were
Is there a log of who this person might be?
No. No. Why would I care who goes under the roof?
No reason.
All right, well, if that's everything, have a good day.
I mean, that means you won't care
What was
when
your
we go.
name?
Huh?
What was his name?
He
The guy
didn't.
that brought.
He didn't give you his name.
Damn. Okay.
As he kind of like pushes you guys outside of his house and he closes his home up, and he just kind of grumbles the whole time doing it. The guard looks at you. So, did you find what you needed?
Unfortunately, it was too hard to actually get a picture of what the pattern might be from up there.
I see. Well, I can let you into any other buildings that you have questions of.
I might just keep on trying to follow a trail.
Gotcha. You just continue to follow it, and you can't get a general idea of all of these markings. Some of them seem to just end randomly, while others kind of just go off in multiple patterns. At this point, unless you get high up and are able to like somehow see how all of the lines come together, you're not going to be able to understand what the purpose of this is.
I'm going to do my best to mark every single spot that I find these markings on a map of some sort to give to the high priest.
Gotcha. So you take out your own paper as you begin to kind of transcribe the knowledge of it. Do you have cartographer's tools?
I do. I have I thought the dwarf Thane Imperial Signet that I had stolen a long time ago was essentially that. That's what I was trying to take, like his entire kit.
See. So, cartographer's tools is like instrument.
Okay.
I wouldn't say you didn't take his whole kit.
Gotcha.
Welcome, Mac. Should I get my ass waxed? Yes, you should get your ass waxed.
Then I will do my best to remember the locations until I can find a cartographer's kit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could always ask for a map, and you can pick up cartographer's tools, or do your best to just kind of transcribe where you think things are.
I'll do all of the above eventually.
Okay. What else would you guys like to do as Zap is kind of like investigating these strange lines?
I maybe go back. I might go back to the library and learn more about the magic of this era
Okay.
and why it's more prominent. Well, that's more history, but just learn more of the magic of this era.
Okay.
Not why it's more prominent, but just the types that they have. Is it the same that we have, or is it
you can
more
see
powerful?
you can see spells used very similar to those that you have in current time. You recognize a few spells that you saw while learning at the academy where you unlocked your power. Wizards kind of just using everyday day-to-day spells. I mean, you've got conjure water, you've got protection from heat and cold, you've got all kinds of different spells people are using to just kind of quality of life things.
Yeah.
You can see a few of them have these strange, like, brass decanters that they seem like they never look to be filled up. There's nowhere to fill them up. and they just seem to pour water constantly out of them.
Okay.
Everything seems, all of the minute things from day to day is kind of been taken over by common magic.
Okay.
So you guys are going to head back to the high priest, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
That time, yeah.
you guys make your way back over to the religious sect of the city before finding your way back up to the high priest's room. And the room is kind of in a different layout than when you'd last seen it. The corpses of all the cultists are laid out in the room. And you can see he's got a spell circle around each of them as he's basically chanting and casting a spell. As you guys are instructed to sit around and wait a few minutes, about 10 minutes later, he manages to finish the spell. And Garnet, you can see that the spell fizzled. It didn't take hold.
Oh.
And the high priest kind of spits on the ground and curses. And he looks up and goes, welcome back. Been having no luck.
with.
No luck with this. They have severed their souls. I cannot bring them back.
What about the gladiators we caught?
Charmed. Magic that made them subservient.
Could ever do that?
Plenty of people. Scholars, priests. Some people
Were you
who've continued to practice magic that they shouldn't be.
Were you able to find out what the rune was that they were on?
No, there was nothing but a couple of remnants of a spell circle, but nothing I could complete. And nothing I could do would restore it.
I came across some strange carvings outside in the city. Inside the, what was the area that we were at, Garnet?
The Warrens?
The Warrens, yeah.
Got you, the Warrens. It seemed to be pretty much everywhere. I have a list of areas that they're at. I can't get a full scope of what it is, but maybe at some point I'll know. Do you have any tools I can use to mark a detailed graph out or map?
I have a couple of tools that I could lend you, yes. He walks over to a desk and he pulls out a couple instruments and he passes them over to you.
Begin marking the areas.
Good. Have you found anything else out?
No, unfortunately.
Well, we know from our records who these people were, but we've talked to a couple of their neighbors and their friends and their acquaintances and their employers, and nothing. These were upstanding citizens with no ne'er-too-well intentions, as far as we know. They come from the Warrens and a couple from the Artisan District and a scholar. But one of them comes from outside of the city. He points to the tattooed man.
Ah, yes, infant tattoos.
He looks at you and goes, "What?"
To do but bad tattoos. What the fuck's a tattoo?
No, he knows what a tattoo is. And he looks down and he
Do
goes,
any of us have tattoos?
Ish has the markings on him after coming back from the dead.
I have two.
He has two. He's got one over in his love handle and another right above his cock that says, "Please insert coin here."
Okay, honestly, can Daryl have that? I was making a joke to myself.
No. You can have whatever you want. If that's what you want, and that's what you want. This is your character, but later, you can describe that later. For now, focus. So, he's going to look around and be like, "Did you find anything else out?"
No.
Well, I have a lead. And he passes you a couple of papers, and it's got a couple of runes on it. These are places of residence, streets, and approximate locations of where they lived. The guards would know better to be able to escort you, but I need you to take a look at each of these houses.
Fine by me.
Perfect. If you do find anything, let the guards know to contact me immediately. Other than that, I'm going to continue to try spells to see if I can't get the dead to talk. And he's going to turn around and go back to what he was doing.
What's he doing?
He's trying to get them to talk. He's casting spells on them to try to get the spirits to return to their body or to be able to speak with dead.
How many spells does he have?
He's got quite a few spells at his disposal to kind of test. A lot of rituals, for sure. So, with that information in hand, you guys are going to take your leave, and that is where we are going to end this session. Think of what you guys are going to want to do next session. That way you guys can get through, kind of do a few more things than just kind of on the spot thinking of what you're going to do. It'll ensure you guys start making through content and be able to make it through stuff without, sitting here awkwardly in silence. As you guys are kind of like, I don't know what we're doing.
We're all just dead at this point.
Yeah, well, if we have to move it to earlier for you guys, we will. Like, I can get up early and Jenny can get up early. That's not an issue.
You sure?
You can't get up early.
I can get up early.
No.
Yeah,
I can actually say I don't believe that, but
Yeah, I don't believe it.
yeah, that's what you guys think.
I'm sorry.
Alright, well, we're going to end here, guys. Do think for next session what you guys are going to want to do. That way, it's a little more active than just kind of sitting around and going,
Hey, I burned my plot in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I got
obviously.
one.
I was
Who the
waiting for
hell-
everyone else. I had my ideas.
I needed to find out who the hell owns the dang arena at the bottom. Something's up. Who the hell's just gonna allow a freaking ritual down there?
Right. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming as always. It's nice to have you guys here watching D&D. As always, catch it on YouTube. And until next time. But before we go, we're going to do a alignment and a inspiration check before we do. Does anybody think that anybody deserves an alignment shift?
Is diddling a gladiator count as an alignment shift?
No.
No, a horny check, yes. An alignment shift, no.
Okay. Does anybody think anyone deserves an alignment shift? Inspiration?
It's kind of funny.
Kind of funny doesn't give inspiration.
That was kind of funny.
No.
Alright, well, if there's nothing there for this week, guys, we're going to call it here. And hopefully next session we'll get through the rest of this and kind of uncover more secrets, the nefarious plots within the city of Tyr. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your host, Twisted Teach. Bye.
Bye.